getting the blocks, getting the things done, and Carson Peel has been really on fire throwing the ball.
He's a technician right now. He's very efficient with the ball. He's playing turnover-free football, which is huge, especially in Coach Lambert's system. But moving the ball well, getting the ball into the playmakers' hands, and they're doing a great job.
So we're going to have a great game here tonight. It's going to be a cool night, fun night, very light wind tonight too. Well, so that won't be a factor in the game. So we're looking forward to a great night. So we'll turn it back to you and be back with more pregame after a while. You're listening to Smoky Valley Football.
More of the Midway Motors Drive to the Game coming up. Stay tuned as we sit down for a pregame chat with head coach Tim Lambert. Midway Motors, for every mile of life. Mix 96.7. The Smoky Valley Vikings play here.
Hi, this is James with Idea Tech. We love bringing internet freedom to the residents and businesses of Central Kansas, including all the schools that we serve. Living rural shouldn't mean you have to live with less. At Idea Tech, our goal is to bring you a fast, secure network with unlimited data right to the neck of the prairie with the freedom to use it any way you need it. If you're not already a customer, go to ideatech.com and click on Check Availability or call 620-543-5000 to inquire about our services.
Welcome back to Friday Night High School Football on 96.7 KMPK. Grant Barrett with Ad Astra Radio, joined alongside Andale head football coach Dylan Schmidt. Coach, you've been with the program 7 years, 6 now as a head coach, and you're currently 64-2 all time. Talk about the mindset that you instill, and talk about what you've seen out of your team early in the season, maybe having that target on your back year in and year out.
Yeah, kind of mindset-wise, obviously our goal is to come out and play the best we can every Friday night. To do that, you got to have discipline and tough kids that buy into what you ask them to do and practice the way you need to practice to be successful every Friday. And our kids have done a wonderful job of that. You create a routine over those years and figure out what works and what doesn't. And I figure, we've done a really good job with that, obviously. And so it's easier to get your kids to buy into that process or to buy into, your routine when you can point at success. So the mindset's been there from the kids and, which is awesome. In terms of having a target on our back, anytime there's pressure, you can look at that a couple different ways. We look at it obviously as privilege. People want to come beat you, and you can use that to fuel you, or you can use that as, to be scared from it. And I think our kids have done a great job of saying, hey, this is the privilege of being successful, is that teams want to beat you every Friday night. And with that said, you got to prepare and do all the things that you're supposed to do. And like I said, our kids have done a wonderful job of that.
Definitely. And you returned 6 starters on both sides of the ball. Talk about the impact that they bring, along with some of the newcomers who contributed here early in the season.
Yeah, we have 13 seniors, which is a small group for us. But all those guys play, and Riley March is probably the head of all that with all the, recruiting and everything. He's got 3 Division I offers and, been a staple there. But, there's other guys up front. Jack Krause has been a, multiple-year starter for us. Noah Bruce has played a lot of football for us on both sides of the ball as tight end and D-end. And Cody Parsman obviously has carried the load over the years and, had some big games in years past. Those are our 4 captains in the senior class. But, guys like Kelby Eck, I think Kelby had 4 or 5 returns for touchdowns last year and led us in tackles. Jonah Myers, another kid that's been fabulous for us. Wyatt Spexarth is a 3-year starter for us at quarterback. Tegan Orth is a kid for us that's played corner for a couple of years now and just a tremendous corner for us and plays receiver. And, I feel bad naming all those guys individually. I'm sure I've left some out. I know I have. The thing that's really been special is defensively, we've played a lot of guys in a lot of different positions. And that's always been one of our keys to success, is getting a lot of kids in early, keeping guys healthy, and I think we've done that so far.
Definitely. And defensively, as you mentioned, done a very good job holding the opponents to very little scoring, but 19 points allowed last week against El Dorado. What's going to be the key to slowing down Smoky Valley here tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if our varsity's allowed a touchdown, maybe one, I think. We get up 58-0 in that game, and then we, plug in our JV guys, and they're playing in the second quarter. And so I've been really proud of our first-team guys and really proud of our defensive staff, and Coach Fairchild always comes up with a great game plan. They're a team a lot like us. They want to run the ball, Smoky Valley, and Tim Lambert's been there for a number of years. I got a lot of respect for Tim. He's been in the business coaching for 30-plus years, I think. But, they want to run the ball, and, we're going to have to stop. They got a couple running backs there that are all around, 80 to 100 yards a game. And so if we can do a good job against the run, it forces them to throw the ball. And, that's not something I would assume they want to do. I think they're averaging about 8 throws a game. So it's kind of mirror images a little bit. But the biggest thing is just obviously being able to stop the run and not give up big plays. If we can make them earn it. The other thing that helps is if you can get out to an early lead, kind of force their hand a little bit. I assume they want to control the clock and limit possessions and some of that. And so that'll be the key. Just if we can stop the run and we can get some early scores and, then kind of limiting possessions works against them a little bit.
Sure. Well, Coach, it's been great catching up with you. Any final thoughts, though, before we let you go?
No, I just appreciate you guys having me on and love talking about our team. And we got a lot of kids that have worked really hard, and I love it when they get recognized. So appreciate you guys taking the time.
You've been a lot of fun to keep track of, Coach. Andale head football coach Dylan Schmidt, thanks again. And we wish you the best of luck here tonight.
Hey, thank you.
This is Terry Russell from Farmers Alliance. It's no surprise that winning teams have a proven record of challenging practices and a good game plan before the game starts. At Farmers Alliance, we know that having a good game plan for your family's protection before catastrophe strikes is also a key to success. Make sure you're prepared for life storms by talking with your independent insurance agent. If you don't have a plan or yours could use some work, your Farmers Alliance agent can help, and you'll be protected against the physical and financial storms in your life. Talk to your Farmers Alliance agent today.
The Kansas legal team at Pyle Law is dedicated to offering clients with personal injury claims competent and compassionate service. If you or a loved one was injured in a serious accident involving a motor vehicle or a loved one suffered a wrongful death, we will inform you of your rights and walk you through the complicated process of seeking compensation for your personal injuries or loss. Call Pyle Law at 620-241-9000 to find out your options today.
Welcome back to Friday Night High School Football on 96.7. Grant Barrett with Ad Astra Radio, joined alongside Smoky Valley head football coach Tim Lambert. Coach, you're coming off back-to-back big wins. Last week defeating Larned 46-12. What'd you see in that game, and how was that carried into practice this week?
Well, we felt like we got a little bit better, and there's some things that we've gotten better at defensively, which sure needed to happen after week one, and I think we're feeling more comfortable with what we're trying to do, and maybe getting more of an identity of what we want to do offensively and defensively.
Fantastic. And your offense is averaging 40 points per game. What have you been impressed with offensively, and what are some of the things that you look to build on here in the second half of the season?
Well, we feel like that our offensive line has come a long way in 2 weeks, and that they're getting better. And when you run the ball like we want to run the ball, your offensive line is just huge, and how well you can move the ball, get first downs, and wear people out, and so we're happy with the progress we've made. We still have ways to go, and we try to tell our guys that you have to continue to get better because everybody else is practicing too, and you never know how much better a team's going to be when you see them later in the year.
Definitely. And now take us through this Andale matchup a little bit. They've been the team to beat the last 5 or so years in all of 3A. What's going to be the goal here defensively tonight to try and slow them down?
Well, I think what we've got to try to do is we've got to try to eliminate the big play. We're going to try to make them drive the ball, and if they're going to score, we want them to have to snap it 10 or more times and not give them a short field. We can't turn the ball over. We're going to have to, win the turnover battle. So all of those things will play into, how we can possibly slow them down defensively.
Yeah, big road test coming up. What's going to be the message to your team before taking the field?
Well, we've been talking all week about the fact that we have to get better, and it's week 4. And if we're going to make the playoffs and win some playoff games and move into the deep into the playoffs in November, then we have to continue to get better. So that's been our focus this week.
Fantastic, Coach. We appreciate your time catching up with us before the game, but any final thoughts before we let you go?
No, thank you. Appreciate it.
Smoky Valley head football coach Tim Lambert, thanks again for catching up with us as always, and we wish you the best of luck here tonight.
Thank you.
Even though I've moved out of state, I can still bank locally with Farmer State Bank using my online services. I use all of the electronic options Farmer State Bank offers without ever even visiting the lobby. Member FDIC.
Erickson Custom Building has a great plan and a budget suited for your needs. Whether it's a new build, a remodel of a kitchen, interior, exterior, or an insurance restoration project, Erickson Custom Building provides quality craftsmanship and superior customer service. We stand behind our work and have lasting relationships with vendors, suppliers, and most importantly, with you, the customer. Erickson Custom Building, proud to support all high school activities. Call 620-585-2816 or visit EricksonCustomBLDG.com.
Hi, this is Dr. Seth Prohaska with McPherson Dental Care, and we are proud to support this radio station and our local teams. At McPherson Dental Care, you will receive high-quality care and build positive relationships with our friendly, experienced staff and enjoy a pleasant atmosphere. We are your hometown office with big city technology. Come see us at McPherson Dental Care. Healthy smiles with a gentle touch.
Viking football on Mix 96.7.
And welcome to the Allen Samuels booth here in Andale. Don Binks along with Jason Drouillard as the Vikings get ready to take on the Andale Indians. And what a task it is for the Vikings tonight. And they certainly got their work cut out for them. But the Vikings come in doing a lot of good things. 307 yards on the ground, and 334 yards in the air. They've really put some big numbers up so far this year.
Well, especially at 42 points per game, that's no joke, and they've done that playing extremely efficient on the offensive side and taking care of the ball. If you're going to run that many times and not throw that ball that often, you better take care of it, especially by the way of no fumbling.
Yeah, no question about it. It's only a couple of penalties in that fourth quarter against the opening game against Halstead that really hurt the Vikings at all. But, yeah, they've been clicking now the last couple games because the competition hasn't been quite as strong as it will be tonight. But, yeah, this Andale team, you really have to have focus and have really concentrate on what's going on because they just don't make many mistakes.
That and as soon as they break the huddle, they are sprinting to the line, and it is a firecracker of an offense going off. So you've got to not only be mentally prepared for a dogfight, but physically you've got to be ready to win that battle in the trenches.
You mentioned earlier Carson Peel, 17 of 25 on the year for 334 yards, a 680 completion percentage, 111 yards per game. Even though Coach Lambert doesn't want to throw the ball, they have been really, really efficient in the passing game.
Absolutely, and he threw a pretty ball for a big completion to Autry the other night, and it just looked good in the air. And you know, Lambert has a great trust in Carson Peel. He knows he doesn't have to air it out, but when they do, man, look out, it looks good. Yeah,
and then on the ground, 307 yards a game, and with Autry leading the way at 118 yards per game, but not very far behind, getting the tough yards up the middle. Tristan Stambaugh and then Cade Blanchett trying to get those edges. We've got a real nice three-headed monster to work with.
That and very dynamic. You know, you've got the big dog in the middle with Tristan Stambaugh, but then you have kind of that dynamic of both Autry and Blanchett. Both of them can catch out of the backfield and play different positions, and so you can't just relax at any point. Three of those monsters coming at you, and they'll hit you and run you over, or if you're like Autry, they're going to run right by you.
And then the defense has been playing pretty well. The linebacking crew has been going good, and they've been kind of a shining spot this year.
Absolutely, and then you also have a ball hawk in Nolan Dower at corner, who's leading the team with 2 interceptions, and he's always looking for a big hit along with the with the ball in the air, so you can't make any mistakes throwing that ball because you've got a good corner on the way there. And also making a start for the first time on defense is Carson Peel rolling in at safety. So it's gonna be good to see here on the defensive side what he can add to them.
Yeah, no question about that. It's just one of those nights where it's going to be the Vikings, and we like to say we're a smaller school, but Andale's kind of almost the same size as we are. But they got close to 90 people out for football, so they've got a huge squad out there. We're going to take our first timeout. We'll take a minute timeout. National Anthem's going to be played here just directly, and we'll come back with the starting lineups and the kickoff of tonight's game. You're listening to Smoky Valley Football.
The Midway Motors Drive to the Game continues after this. Find exclusive stories highlighting Viking athletics at adastraradio.com. Your home for Viking football is Mix 96.7.
Hi, this is James with Idea Tech. We love bringing internet freedom to the residents and businesses of Central Kansas, including all the schools that we serve. Living rural shouldn't mean you have to live with less. At Idea Tech, our goal is to bring you a fast, secure network with unlimited businesses of Central Kansas, including all the schools that we serve. Living rural shouldn't mean you have to live with less. Hi, this is James with Idea Tech. We love bringing internet freedom to the residents and businesses of Central Kansas, including all the schools that we serve. Living rural shouldn't mean you have to live with less. At Idea Tech, our goal is to bring you a fast, secure network with unlimited data right to the neck of the prairie with the freedom to use it any way you need it. If you're not already a customer, go to ideatech.com and click on Check Availability or call 620-543-5000 to inquire about our services.
Gabe here from Midway Motors. To thank our customers, we're offering a special 3.2% APR plus no payments through the rest of the year on all of our great selection of inventory. Our 3.2% and payment holiday is only available today and tomorrow. Midway Motors, for every mile of life.
Viking football on Mix 96.7.
And welcome back to Andale High School. Don Bings along with Jason Douillard. Got Dalton Eastep also helping us out tonight, doing stats for us tonight. And let's go ahead and do starting lineups first for who you got first.
Yeah, we've got the Indians defense. They come out into a 5-2 defense, and so up front they've got at defensive end number 34, Riley Marks.
And we're going to stop there because they are going to play the national anthem now. We thought they were going to play that before, so Kelly, let's do a national anthem, then we'll come back with the starting lineups for tonight's game. Back after this 1 minute timeout.
Prairie Land Partners has made it easy for you to shop. Prairie Land Partners has made it easy for you to shop online. Choose your equipment, pick attachments, and even apply for financing all at jdbuyonline.com. Whether you're looking for a John Deere riding lawnmower, compact utility tractor, utility vehicle, or compact construction equipment, Prairie Land Partners has what you need to get the job done. Get started shopping today at jdbuyonline.com.
Delivering the right solution. Prairie Land Partners.
If you want high-quality dental care with a gentle touch and a pleasant atmosphere, come visit us at Lyons Dental Care. Our friendly and experienced staff is here to help give you the best dental care around. From regular cleanings to fillings, dental implants, or any teeth extractions, we can provide the treatments you need. We are always accepting new patients, so be sure to call us at 620-257-5193 to help schedule your next appointment, or check us out online at lyonsdentist.com. Lyons Dental Care, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch.
Viking football on Mix 96.7.
And thanks to McPherson Laundry for being the sponsor of tonight's uniform colors. The Vikings in their all-white uniforms tonight with black lettering and black helmets. Andale in all black uniforms tonight with white lettering and gold trim on them. So it's Andale Indians against the Smoky Valley Vikings. And now let's get into those starting in all black uniforms tonight with white lettering and gold trim on them. So it's Andale Indians against the Smoky Valley Vikings. And now let's get into those starting lineups for the Andale Indians.
Yep.
Let's get into those starting lineups for the Andale Indians.
Yep, at defensive end for the Indians, number 34, Riley Marks. He stands at 6'1", 220-pound senior. At defensive tackle, number 58, Jack Krause, 5'10", 240-pound senior. In the man in the middle at nose guard, number 69, Braden Weber, 5'11", 215-pound senior. Defensive tackle, number 66, Ian Awad, 5'11", 180-pound junior. And the other defensive end, number 43, Noah Bruce, 6'3", 225-pound senior. At backers, the man in the middle, Carson Butts, number 18, 6'2", 210-pound junior. At the other linebacker, we have number 10, Jonah Meyer, 5'11", 180-pound senior. And at safety, a guy that kind of rolls down, plays in the box, also plays over the top, Kelby Eck, number 24, 6'2", 175-pound senior. The other safety, number 3, Shea White, 5'10", 160-pound senior. At corners, number 4, Tegan Orth, 5'10", 180-pound senior. And the other corner, number 42, Cody Parthamer, 5'11", 195-pound senior.
We'll get to the Vikings here in just a little bit as they are ready to kick off. The Vikings are going to kick off. Andale won the toss and elected to receive, so they're going to have number 24 and 29 back deep. That's Kelby Eck and Gabe Posser. Those will be the two deep men back, and Ty Heitschmidt, freshman from the Vikings, will be kicking off. So we are set to go and enjoy a beautiful night of football. It's an east and west field here at Andale. Sun just getting ready to set here in a little bit. Some long shadows from the scoreboard on the west end of the field. It's a high end over end kick. It's going to be taken by one of the guys at the 20-yard line. 25 right up the middle, 30, 35, and then tackled about the 41-yard line in on Zeke Baker. And that's where Andale will take over 1st and 10. And we'll see what this offense can do. Directed by 3-year starter in Wyatt Spexarth. So we expect them to run the ball a little bit and run it often and run it long. So we hope the Viking defense is ready to go.
Yep, they'll have to be extremely sound up front, be disciplined, and just be ready to go as soon as they break that huddle because they come at you fast.
Yeah, they basically sprint out of the huddle, and you don't have time to shift. You just got to play with what you got. So they get ready to go, and then they snap the ball.
And here they are.
And here they come trying this outside. Great play. Great tackle. So right away, number 42 is the ball carrier. That's Parthamer, and he gets actually a yard loss on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 11. Good job by Cade Blanchard to shoot that gap.
He came down on the alley and filled very hard, and he had some guys coming to help, but he took care of it all by himself.
Quickly sprinting up to the play again with full T backfield, and right up the middle goes the ball, and it's going to be a short gain in there on the stop, number 50 for the Vikings. That is
Alex Groslin.
Groslin with the tackle. A gain of about 3 on the play. It's going to be 3rd down, and we'll call it 8.
Groslin was in many plays last week. Heard his name called quite a few times. Great tackles by Alex Groslin.
So this is where you want to get them, but 3rd and long. So they don't pass the ball a lot either, but we'll see what happens when they do. Wide receiver near side. I formation. Here comes a handoff right up the middle goes, and the Vikings are going to not be able to hold him. They got just across midfield, and they do on the nice run, and they move the chains on the 1st down, but not. It was certainly hard earned.
Yep, Austin Sharp had him, and then he just kept chucking his feet and got the extra couple of yards for the 1st down.
Was that 29 on that run?
Yes, that was.
Crosser. Boy, they sprint up so quick you can hardly see him move. Now the quarterback, Spexarth, is going to take a look around a little bit. It's just a straight backfield behind him. The first guy up there has the ball right up the middle, and he's going to be taken down by Sharp. Not before he gains about 5 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and about 5.
And they keep doing those fake handoffs in the backfield that really trick the linebacker's eyes. So it's a good job by Sharp staying home.
And they're not spread out very far. They're really tight, tight lineup. So
hard to see over those, especially those big old linemen.
And the linemen aren't that big.
No, they're not. They're not. They're stout.
Tight spreads, and they move up quick, and you just don't have any time to get ready.
Yep.
Here's a toss coming near side. Vikings going to try to spread it out, but Prosser goes right up the middle. Big hit by Carson Peel on the play, but not before he get right to the 1st down sticks. And I believe they're going to give him a 1st down at the 38-yard line of the Smoky Valley.
And fullback number 34, Riley Marks, had a great block on the edge. Now the tailback to get outside for a few more yards.
Now they don't care who carries the ball. They're kind of like the Vikings. We really don't care who carries the ball. Just get some yardage and get some blocks. Wide receiver spread way out for Andale this time. Run and get under the ball. Spexart's going to throw the ball. Now he's going to tuck it and run. He's going to throw it on the flat. Caught out there on the 20-yard, 25, and now inside and taken down by Carson Peel about the 10-yard line. So the completion goes from Spexart to number 24, who spread out Kelby Eck.
And they like to get Eck out in space. He's kind of dynamic. He's able to make one move and make a guy miss and get upfield quickly.
So first down and 10 inside the 15-yard line. It looks like they're going to spot it about the 12-yard line. So Andale that time went to the air, and they're 1 for 1 now on the passing game.
And you kind of see our guys already. They're trying to catch their breath. This is a blur of an offense.
I formation. Here comes a belly play right up the middle. Running hard is number 42, Parthimer, and he'll get about 6, maybe 7 on the play. It's going to be second down and, well, it looks like about 5 yards. Second down and 5.
Sharp stuck his head in there for another tackle, and good to see Carson Peel also coming downhill hard.
Yeah, Carson looking pretty active there tonight. Is he playing in place so we didn't get our defensive starting lineup?
Ethan Abel is out tonight. Number 20 is safety. He is out with an injury tonight.
Okay, I thought maybe that was where he came from. Straight backfield in the back. Oh, ball's loose on the ground. Spexart's going to go back and get it, but he's going to go down at the 15-yard line, so it's going to be a loss of 8 or 9 yards on the play. It's going to be third down and about 13. So that ball just popped out of Spexart's hand. And
he had a heads-up play. He got right on it about the 14-yard line.
So that's where they're going to be facing third and long. It says, I like their yardage
yeah, the
thing.
Digital. It
says third and 14 on there.
It's nice to see. Easy for us.
Yeah, really easy for the radio guys. So as the sun begins to set here over Andale High School, what a beautiful night. 76 degrees here at the start of the game. Now wide receiver way out wide here on the near side. Turning pitch, trying to get Parthimer outside. He's got a little bit of room, but good tackle in there by
that's Stanball.
Grabbing the feet of Parthimer, and they're going to not get back to the original line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 4th down and 11. Good job by the Viking defense.
Yeah, Sharp staying active in there. He's keeping an arm and a leg free and not allowing those guys that are up front to get a hand on him and block him. He's doing a great job.
So a big 4th down for the Vikings. Can they keep this Andale Indian efficient offense out of the end zone? Spexart quickly underneath, going to roll out to the far side, roll out passing, still looking down the field, and caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Andale. Receiver is Parthimer, and boy, he just found a spot, and Spexart just threw a bullet, and it's a touchdown pass of 13 yards.
Yeah, Dower was reading the outside, but a guy came underneath just in the seam or that drag route, and Spexart was patient with it, had plenty of time as he was rolling out.
And now they'll go for 2. The Vikings had him in a 4th and long, but they couldn't hold him out of the end zone. Here comes a belly play right up the middle. Parthimer trying to get in, following his blockers, and falls into the end zone for 2. And our score with 7:05 left to go in the first quarter. Andale breaks on top on their opening drive, 8-0. Back after this timeout.
Archer Gear for Sport at 109 North Main, downtown Lindsborg, is a proud supporter of the Smoky Valley Vikings and the Bethany Swedes. Be sure to stop by before the game and check out the new apparel to show your team pride. We wish all the student athletes a safe and successful season.
If you're looking for a late starting college class, Hutchinson Community College may have what you need. It's not too late to get enrolled. We have classes starting throughout the semester. Call 620-665-3535 or email myfuture@hutchcc.edu today.
Central Gas Service is your locally family-owned and operated propane company that has the knowledge and experience when it comes to propane. We offer flexible payment options, competitive pricing, and 24/7 service. Join the Central Gas family today by visiting propaneks.com. Proud supporter of local high school athletics.
Viking football on Mix 96.7.
And welcome back as the Andale Indians put together a 10-play, 59-yard drive to take that 8-0 lead. The Vikings had them a couple of 3rd and long and a 4th and long, but they were certainly able to withstand and get the first downs and get the score on a couple of pass plays. And, they show why they're so good. Now kicking off at the Vikings deep, it'll be Autry and Dower deep. And we are set to see the Vikings offense for the first time. Approach to the ball. It's a line drive kick. It's going to be taken by Autry about the 5-yard line. Fake a handoff to Dower. Now Dower does have it on the left side, trying to get outside, and he's going to get up to about the 15-yard line. That's where the Vikings will take over 1st and 10. So unlike Andale, who had a pretty decent fifth field position, the Vikings take over 1st and 10 at the 15.
And as we said, Carson Pale has been playing very efficient from the quarterback right now. No interceptions, so hopefully he keeps that up tonight. Turnover-free football is key for the Vikings.
Griffith, Groslin, Holt, Baker, and Zeller, the 5 offensive linemen for the Vikings. Carson Peel goes under center. Here comes Blanchett trying that left side. He's got a little bit of running room. He'll get 3 or 4 on the left side. Running backs are Stambaugh, Autry, and Blanchett. And the tight end and wide receivers are Braxton House and Vincent Pickering. They'll give him a gain of 4 on the play, 2nd down and 6. First possession for the Vikings. Andale scored on their first possession. Double tight wishbone formation for the Vikings on 2nd down and 6. Trying to get outside is Stambaugh, and he's going to get swarmed under. He'll get about a yard on the play, where it's going to be 3rd down and about 5.
In on that tackle again, Riley Marks making some plays early on the defensive side. Also in on that tackle, number 8, Carson Butts, the Mike backer.
Jack Krause, number 58, one of their biggest players. You look up and down their lineup, they just don't have any big players.
They're not big, but they are strong. They are some hog mollies up front that in the weight room dominate there for sure.
3rd and 5, and now the Vikings take off. Vikings are going to get a motion penalty on them, so that's going to back them up 5 yards. So, you know, it's really interesting to see this Andale team come out of that huddle, sprint to the line of scrimmage, set for a second, and snap the ball. You just don't have any time, and that's just, you heard the coach in the pregame interview talk about discipline, and
yeah, absolutely,
it just starts with that, and boy, you got to be careful, and that's what the Vikings did there. They got out a motion penalty, makes it 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, they certainly want to stay ahead of the chains tonight and make things easier for them.
Now play clock running down. I don't know if now they're going to wind it again, so the Vikings will have time to get this play off.
Blanchett split out wide to the right.
Wide receiver each way, I formation behind Carson Peel, who's under center again. He's going to turn and hand it off. He's going to keep it himself and try this left side, and he's just not going to get more than maybe a yard. It's going to be 4th down and long, and the Vikings are probably going to have to punt the ball away.
Yeah, Autry had a nice block on the edge, but Blanchett wasn't able to make that block on the corner who came in for the play. That would be number 28. See if
good job on that. That is Landon Harp.
Landon Harp.
So 4th down for the Vikings, 4th down and 9. Taking a long time looking over at the sideline. Now they're going to send the punt team out. They've got time on the clock to get everything back deep for the Andale Indians. Number 24, that is Kelbiak coming back. Tristan Stambaugh is the Viking punter, so the Vikings go 3 and out on their first possession. He'll be standing inside his 5-yard line. The snap is good. High spiraling kick going to be taken by Eck right at midfield, trying to go to the far side. Got a block on the side, 45-40, and then driven out of bounds about the 38-yard line. And that's where Andale will take over 1st and 10 inside Viking territory. We'll see where they actually spot the ball on their second possession. So Andale will spot the ball about the 36-yard line, so they'll have pretty much a short field to take off from here. Send a wide receiver out to the near side. That's number 7, Kaiser. Sprint up to the line of scrimmage. There'll be I formation behind Spexarth. Turn and hand it off to the tailback coming through. It's Prosser trying to get, or Prosser.
Yep, Prosser. Peel did a nice job coming downhill, but he's got to bring the wrap. Some of these tailbacks are just too good for us to try to check him with a shoulder. We got to bring the full wrap.
They're so quick too. It's a gain of 6 on the play, 2nd down and 4. Vikings 3 and out on their first possession. Andale drove it 59 yards in 10 plays and scored on a 4th and long from about the 13-yard line to get into The Vikings had them where they wanted them, but they just couldn't finish the deal. Here's a little mix-up in the backfield. Coming out with the ball is Andale, going to be first down yardage by Parthimer. And he'll get to the right side and get first down yardage. Move it inside the 25 to about the 24-yard line. And that's where they'll have it first and 10.
Those counters are so difficult because by the time you get to the actual first read, it's the wrong read at that point. So they're pulling some tricks for sure on the Viking defense.
Well, and when the quarterback turns his back and the guys make a cross, or like you say, a counter right behind him, you just don't know. You just have to tackle. You can't gang tackle anybody. You're just responsible for the guy coming your way. So first and 10, Andale. Oh, they weren't set that time. Come on, guys. You got to throw a flag on that one. The far end over here, he was just putting his hand down when the quarterback snapped the ball. That is a motion penalty, and quickly they get about 7 yards or 8 yards on the play.
Yep, so the rule is you have to be set for a complete second before you can snap the ball.
And that end on this side was not set anywhere close to that. He was still putting his hand down when they snapped the ball.
Sharp in and on that tackle also, number 3, Nolan Dower.
The Vikings are playing as tough as they can, but this team is just so disciplined. That time they all get set. Here comes a student body to the left side. They keep running. Number 9, Owen Eck on the carry. He gets first down yardage across the 15 down to about the 11-yard line, where it's going to be first and 10 now on the 11. 2:29 left to go in this first quarter. We said with both teams running the ball so much, this game could be over in record time.
It's going quick already for sure. No need to waste time throwing when you can run the ball efficiently.
The center jumps out quickly. Everybody else comes to the line of scrimmage and gets set. You're going to do another counter play in the middle. The number 42, that's Parthimer. And he'll get about 6 or 7 yards on the play. It'll be second down. We'll call it second down and 4.
In on the tackle, number 32, Caleb Gustis, who's actually the leading tackler for this Viking defense.
Yeah, he has been. He's been doing a great job each and every week, so hats off to Caleb for doing such a great job. But he needs some help. Second down and 4, inside the 10-yard line, about the 7. They can get a first down before they get into the end zone. Quickly snapping on, counter right up the middle. And it's going to be first down yardage inside the 5-yard line, about the 2-yard line. It's first and goal.
Spector's doing a great job. A quarterback, he's doing a great job of carrying out that fake. He's about a couple of more of those away from keeping it, catching the Vikings off guard.
Yeah, I actually thought he had it that time.
Absolutely.
Spexart is going to take it this time and take it in for the score. Spexart scores from the 2-yard line out, so with 1:19 to go in the first quarter, Andale gets their second touchdown. So Andale scored on back-to-back possessions. This one was only a 36-yard drive. How many plays, Dalton? No, you haven't get to that yet. Okay. I got a little malfunction here. The officials are coming over to the near side. Talk with the Andale coach. I don't know what. The touchdown is good. They got the ball spotted for the extra point, but I don't know what the issue could be. Any idea, guys?
Yeah, no signs at this point.
Write it up here.
Head rep still talking to Coach Smith
on
the sideline.
I don't know what's going on. So stoppage to play for something here. Heard on the pregame interview, too, that Andale, a short number for them, only 13 seniors on the team this year, so they are getting a lot of playing time from some of these younger players this year.
Absolutely, and when you win 3 straight, it's you just continue to reload like they have.
Yeah. The head referee, the man in the white hat, it looks like he's got the athletic director out there now. I don't know if they found something wrong with the field or something. I don't know what's going on. Well, it looks like we're getting ready to go ahead and run the extra point.
And it looks like they are going for the PAT.
So they are going to put down the kick. The kicker is number 32, Sullivan. The kick is up. The kick is good. And our score was 1:19 left to go, first quarter. Andale 15, Smoky Valley 0. Back with the ensuing kickoff after this timeout.
What's better than getting a new iPhone? Also getting an Apple Watch on us with 1 month free service. You heard that right. At Nextech Wireless, you can get an Apple Watch on us with a month of free cellular service when you buy a new iPhone. Come visit us at a location near you or call or text at 877-621-2600 for more information. Nextech Wireless. We are Kansas.
Viking football on Mix 96.7.
And welcome back to Andale. Don Binks along with Jason Drouillard as the Vikings get ready to get their second possession and see if we can get something going here on this second possession. Andale scored on their first two possessions. One a 59-yard drive, the second a 36-yard drive. Vikings went 3 and out on their first possession, so hopefully they can get something going here.
Well, they certainly want to at least make a good drive and change the get into the other side of the 50 to at least get a better field of possession.
Another line drive kick is going to be taken by Autry at the 10-yard line. Going to fake the handoff this time, keep it near side, trying to get out to the boundary, still trying to get outside, and he's going to be run out of bounds about the 17-yard line. So that's where the Vikings will take over 1st and 10. Last time it was the 15, this time it's the 17-yard line.
Yeah,
put together something.
Zeke Baker did a good job of pulling up. He almost had a block in the back, which would have hurt them even more on this field of possession. So good job to Zeke on a heads up.
And not get that penalty exactly right. The offensive line again for Vikings, Griffith, Groslin, Holt, Baker, and Zeller. See if they can get some blocks made. Tight end, House, Pickering. Those 7 up front need to get some holes made for the Vikings. Under center is Carson Peel. Turn and hand it off to Autry trying to get outside on the left side, but he's going to get swallowed up. I mentioned the size of Andale. They're not big, but they know how to fight. You mentioned they're strong. They got a tremendous weight room right here behind us next to the field, and they spend an enormous amount of time in that weight room, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely. We were watching videos over the summer of guys hang cleaning up in the 300s like it was nothing. So they're not weak.
They're not big and they're not weak.
No.
2nd down and 8, we'll call it for the Vikings. Turn and hand it off to Carson's going to keep it himself, trying to get outside. He's got some running room. He's going to get about 5 yards on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and about 5.
I couldn't see who tripped him up on that play.
I didn't get that one either, but it was...
Looks like that was number 24, Kelby Eck. We've called his name quite a few times, both offensively and defensively already.
Yeah, no question about it. The Eck family's a popular name, as is Spexart. The quarterback Spexart just plays one way, though. He does not play on defense.
It looks like we'll run out the time in the quarter.
It is the end of the first quarter, and our score after 1 quarter, Smoky Valley 0, Andale 15. Back with the second quarter after this timeout.
Lauren Doak here to tell you about the Smoky Valley Virtual Charter School. We have everything your student needs to graduate high school completely online. Learn from Kansas State certified teachers who have experience in online learning and virtual classroom management. We also offer high school test prep, college and career readiness, credit recovery, and more. Be anywhere, learn everywhere with Smoky Valley Virtual Charter School.
Stop by Heston Bakery and Cafe, Heston's hometown cafe, for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and everything in between. Open every day of the week. They serve an assortment of baked goods, specialty coffees, sandwiches, soups, salads, and desserts for dine-in, carry-out, and for all your catering needs. Stop in and enjoy the peaceful atmosphere, or view the menu and order online for convenient quick pickup at HestonBakeryandCafe.com.
Viking football on Mix 96.7.
Let Allen Samuels help you find the make, model, and budget that fits you best. View their large inventory at allsamuelshutch.com. Allen Samuels, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Come by. Let's be friends. Vikings have it 3rd and about 4 here. Switch ends of the field now. Vikings are going to be going from east to west here on this second quarter now. Ball's going to be spotted at the 24-yard line. Then you get up to about the 28, so about 3rd and 4. Vikings going to be under center is Carson Peel with that wishbone formation for the Vikings. A lot of movement up there. No flags coming out. Blanchett trying that left side. He's going to get up to the 25, maybe the 26-yard line. That's going to be taken up short. It's going to be 4th and about 3 for the Vikings.
Great tackle there by number 28, Landon Harp, coming off the edge as a corner.
They play a 5-3, but their linebackers are really close to the line of scrimmage, and their corners are in there quick too, and the Vikings are going to send the punt team out and going to punt the ball away. So another 3 and out for the Vikings, not what the doctor ordered.
Not at all. Kelby Eck back to return. That's another guy their guy that they just like to get in space, get the ball as much as they can to him.
He's going to be standing back about the 40-yard line across midfield. Stanball this time is standing about his 13-yard line.
Stoppage of play, flag.
It's going to be a delay of game. It looks like the clock went to 0. Vikings took a little time there trying to get that, decide whether they're going to punt or not. That one goes on the coaching staff more than the players because he held them off to the side there. They just didn't get out there quick enough. So back up 5 yards. That means Stanball be inside his 10-yard line now. High snap, a little wobbly, but he gets it away. It's an end-over-end kick. It's going to get away from Eck, and he's not going to be able to pick it up, and it's going to go out of bounds. So good kick by Stanball. Gets it out near the 35-yard line. So that's where Andale will have it 1st and 10 now. Good effort by the Vikings.
It's important for the Vikings right here to get a stop. Andale has all the momentum, and the last thing you want to give a team like this that just gets it to your face and runs it down your throat. You want to stop the momentum and get that ball back and start picking up the momentum yourself.
I wonder if they were having some young kids playing in the end zone over there that the referee crew didn't like, because that's the only thing I can think about, because now all those kids are on the outside of that fence going around. Here comes a running play on the left side, getting through the first wave of Viking tacklers, and Peel and
like
Blanchett
is also
and
there.
Somebody else in on the tackle after a gain of about 6 by number 29. That is Prosser. They just come at you so quick, and if you don't pick up exactly where that ball is, you're just struggling trying to decide who to tackle.
That even just calling the game, you can't look away for a second.
Quick on belly play right up the middle comes number 29 again with the ball, and he'll get near first down yardage, but just short of about the 44 is where they're going to spot it, and it'll be 3rd down and 1.
So tough for the guys up front because they just come at you so hard and so quickly that it's very tough to get the jump at the line of scrimmage and also stay in discipline in the meanwhile.
Yeah, you can't jump off sides, and they really stretch that play. The whole mass of humanity just went about 4 yards down the field. Spexarth kept at that time on the quarterback sneak. But they really test that rule of having to be set for a full second. Boy, they are, you can't throw a flag because it really isn't less than a second, but it certainly isn't more than a second either.
I think their argument is that they're set enough.
Yeah. There's a sweep coming to the near side, trying to get in to fill the gap. Number 10, new running back out there for the Andale Indians, and he's going to get it across the 40 all the way down to about the 38-yard line. That is Jonah Meyer.
And number 52, Austin Sharp, also in on the tackle.
Austin, good to see him healthy and getting out there and getting some playing time.
He's sticking his head in there for quite a few tackles already.
We haven't mentioned that Viking defensive group yet. Pickering, Griffith, Groslin, and Holt are the 4 down linemen. Caleb, Gustus, Stanball, and Sharp are the starting linebackers. The corners are Beaker and Dower. Blanchett and Peel are the safeties. So 1st and 10, Andale in Viking territory now at the 38-yard line. Turn and hand it off on the belly play right up the middle to the big guy, the D1 commit. And great play by Max Beaker coming down along the line of scrimmage. That was number 34, Riley Marks. And Coach said he has 3 D1 offers already. Is that the first time he's carried the ball?
I think that's right.
I think it is. So it's already in the second quarter, and the first time he's got his hands on the ball with 9:05 left to go here before halftime.
What a luxury when you don't even have to give one of your better players the ball, and things just were run just so nice for them. Kate Blanchard in there also helped clean it up. Something that Andale running backs are doing a just incredible job. They're falling forward and they're getting extra yardage on the play.
Bexart bringing to the line of scrimmage. Here comes a sweep play trying to get outside, get around one tackler, number 10 on the run, and he's going to get first down yardage and more. That is Jonah Meyer again. So Meyer gets a big run off the edge and gets first down yardage all the way down to about the 22-yard line.
Sharp brings him down, but they had a chance to bring him down on the sideline, and it actually looked like one of the Andale players avoided a block in the back, which somehow caused some confusion and gave him some extra yards.
Wide receiver to the far side, I formation behind quarterback. Here comes a belly play again right up the middle, and Vikings hanging on, but Gustus and Sharp in on the tackle, but not before they pick up about 4 yards. They're going to be second down and 6.
Andale's just getting the jump at the line of scrimmage, and that's where it just kind of seems like the Vikings are on skates right now.
Yeah, no kidding. You're apprehensive because you don't know where the ball's coming. It's just so hard to pick it up. I admire the defensive job they're doing. They're just really keeping their distance. There's a soundment sign, but you just can't you can't say enough about how good this Andale offense is.
Absolutely, and the boys are battling hard. They're doing everything they can right now, and it's good to see them fighting.
Double tight end, full T backfield. Here comes the first guy through with the ball, and number 10 again, Meyer, and he'll get across the 10-yard line. Inside the 10, it's going to be first and goal for the Andale Indians.
Pill came downhill hard, just didn't bring the wrap, and then Sharp was able to kind of finish off a tackle there.
Yeah, they just don't miss a beat. They're just so deceptive and so quick. They're just, before you know it, they're by you. The guys in the front down there, Groslin and Griffith right in the middle, they just got their hands full, shedding blockers and trying to get the running back. Turn and hand it off to Prosser, number 29, coming right through the middle, and he'll get down to near the 5-yard line. That's where it'll be second down and goal for the Indians from the 5.
Sharp again in on the tackle. He's making some plays all over the field.
Yeah, he's doing really good. But when you're a linebacker and you're getting pushed back, you're giving up 4 or 5 yards on each play. Here's a belly motion, and they just follow the mass of humanity into the end zone for the touchdown. Touchdown Andale with 6:49 left to go here in the second quarter.
There were about 6 or 7 Andale Indians in the end zone blocking for the runner, which just makes it tough to make any tackles at the line of scrimmage.
Who ran that one in? I didn't even see. Was that Prosser?
Let's see if I can find it on the live. Prosser. Yep, 29 Prosser.
Trying to the kick, the extra point again. The Vikings are going to be offside. It is up, and it is good. See if they'll make them redo it or if they'll take the good kick. So I think they have the choice of taking that play or not taking that play. So they're not going to take it. They're going to send the offense back out there and go for 2. So this time they're going for 2 on the extra point if they move the ball half the way to the goal line. Bexart's going to hand it off to number 9 on that left side, and I don't think he's going to make it.
Nope.
It's pushing
Beaker
back.
and Blanchett on the tackle, pushing him in the backfield.
And it is no good. And our score with 6:49 left to go in the second quarter, 21-0. Andale back after this timeout.
We're here to keep you rolling. Rod's Tire and Service.
Summit Surgical, and Pinnacle Rehabilitation and Sports Performance, together for your orthopedic needs. Now seeing physical therapy patients at Sterling College as well as our location in Hutchinson, enhancing the quality of your life and helping you return to the activities you love. Visit Summit online at summitks.com or call 620-665-7766 to make your consultation appointment. Summit Surgical and Pinnacle Rehabilitation and Sports Performance, together for exceptional health care.
For over 50 years, Burkamp Insurance in South Hutch has been taking care of the farm, auto, home, and business insurance for folks across central Kansas. Call them today at 620-662-7067. Burkamp Insurance, the big difference.
Viking football on Mix 96.7.
Back for the receive the kickoff is Dower and Autry, the Meerkat. Just a kind of a knuckleball type of kick picked up by House about the 20-yard line, trying to get outside near side up to the 30, and that's where he's going to be tripped up and taken down about the 31-yard line. That's where the Vikings will have it 1st and 10, their best field position now so far. But they got to do something with it. They've had 2 3-and-outs.
Yeah, they've got to get a spark on offense, move the ball, get the momentum back, and just move the chains, get some confidence, and settle in here with 6:41 left in the second quarter.
Down 21-0. Andale has had a 10-play drive, a 7-play drive, and another 10-play drive. The Vikings have had 2 3-and-outs, so got to even that up a little bit, boys. Here we go. I formation behind Carson Peel. This time House and Blanchett go wide to the far side. Carson looking back, he's going to give it to Blanchett, or a stand ball right up the middle, and he's going to get nothing up there. He's actually going to lose about a yard back to the 30-yard line, where it's going to be 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, Ian Owad had a great jump on the ball and made the tackle right at the line of scrimmage as Stambaugh was receiving the handoff.
Yeah, almost looked like he was trying to get the handoff from him. He got in there so quickly. So 2nd down and 11 for the Vikings here in the second quarter, trailing 21-0, just 6:15 left to go here in the second quarter. As Dower comes in, Dower and Blanchett now go wide to the far side. Autry and Stambaugh behind Peel under center, and there's a jump on the Vikings. So Groslin jumps, or Zeller jumps on the right side, so that'll be a 5-yard penalty on the Vikings. So each possession we've had a penalty, a 5-yard penalty.
And that's just been one of the biggest factors in killing our momentum and getting anything going on the offensive side, which is really where we not only want to take time off and keep the ball in our hands, but also give ourselves a chance to score.
Yeah, give ourselves a chance to move the chains, get ahead of the sticks instead of being behind. 2nd down and 16 now for the Vikings. Dower and Blanchett out in the far side. Pickering the tight end on the near side. Carson Peel dropping back to pass. Looking, he's going to go across the middle. Oh, in and out of the hands of Nolan Dower. Had a little crossing pattern. He's kind of disappointed with himself. He's a little bit high, but, boy, a very catchable ball.
Yeah, Carson put it right on the money. A little bit high, but Nolan had both hands on it. Knows he should have had that one.
Yeah, hit his pads in frustration because he knew he should have that. 2nd down now and 16, or 3rd down now and 16 for the Vikings. House checks in for the Vikings. 21-0 Andale. Vikings need something to go offensively right for him. See if this will be
they need a big play. Big play out of Autry right here.
Blanchett and House out to the far side. Peel dropping back now, rolling, being pressured in the middle, and he's going to go. It's going to be intercepted by Andale. Coming back across the middle is number 4 with the ball, trying to get in Viking territory, and does all the way down to the 20-yard line. That ball's picked up by Tegan Orth and taken back all the way to the 20-yard line. That's what Coach, one of the factors he said before the game, he can't give him short field, can't give him an opportunity to get the ball. Is there a penalty on the play?
I don't see a flag.
I don't see a flag. I thought it looked like they were trying to get there. So interception.
Well, and Carson was pressured there, and he kind of felt like he had to get rid of it pretty quickly because he did have some Andale Indians running him down, but tough play there to make. Tough throw.
Yeah, give him a short field, no less. Bexar brings him to the Prosser, trying to get on the left side outside, and he's going to spin around, get through one tackle, gets through another tackle, and he's going to take it in for the score. A one-play, 20-yard drive for the Andale Indians, and they take a 27-0 10-0 lead.
Yeah, Carson had them originally but did not wrap, and that's just something that's so key for our defense. We have got to wrap on each and every single tackle, because if they, just like you saw there, if you don't bring the wrap, they'll break it, bust a big run.
Prosser again with a 20-yard run on to do the 2-point conversion. Under center, Prosser again right up the middle, and he's going to be in for the score. And our score with 5:29 left to go in the first half, Andale 29, Smoky Valley 0, back after this timeout.
Art Shirt Gear for Sport at 109 North Main, downtown Lindsborg, is a proud supporter of the Smoky Valley Vikings and the Bethany Sweets. Be sure to stop by before the game and check out the new apparel to show your team pride. We wish all the student athletes a safe and successful season.
If you're looking for a late starting college class, Hutchinson Community College may have what you need. It's not too late to get enrolled. We have classes starting throughout the semester. Call 620-665-3535 or email myfuture@hutchcc.edu today.
Central Gas Service is your locally family-owned and operated propane company that has the knowledge and experience when it comes to propane. We offer flexible payment options, competitive pricing, and 24/7 service. Join the Central Gas family today by visiting propaneks.com. Proud supporter of local high school athletics.
Viking football on Mix 96.7.
And welcome back to Andale. Don Bings along with Jason Dreward as the Vikings certainly looking for some answers. First interception of the season now for Carson Peel. Easter, a freshman, going to kick the ball, going to be picked up again by House, trying that left side, right 30-yard line up to about the 34-yard line where he's going to be brought down. And that's where the Vikings will have it 1st and 10. And, boy, we sound like a broken record, but they just have to get something going on offense.
And they do. And just Andale is so solid on all sides of the ball, special teams, offense, defense. You just have to play near picture-perfect football.
So 1st and 10, the ball will be spotted right at the tip of the ball at the 34-yard line. I haven't got any score updates. We're playing so quickly here that we'll be at halftime or done with halftime in the third quarter before everybody else gets to halftime.
That's right. We'll try to catch our breath soon.
Wishbone formation behind Carson Peel, turns and hands it off to the Meerkat, trying to get outside, gets a little bit of a seam, but then he's driven back quickly as he gets up to about the 37-yard line. He'll pick up 3 on the play. Boy, as soon as he gets wrapped up, he gets taken backwards, and that weight room that we talked about, how strong they are, just shows right there.
Yeah, that's right. Every play it seems like Braden Weber's making a factor. He's the big man in the middle at nose tackle, number 69. He's seen to kind of blow up some of those holes that our guys are trying to create, and it's just not easy for us to not only run by the first line, but that second level of defenders.
Second level takes over. Wishbone formation again behind Carson on 2nd down and 7. Going to hand it off to Blanchett, this trying the left side, and he's going to get tripped up. One guy gets his waist and one guy gets his leg, then he goes down. Gets a help up from one of the Andale players, but going to get a gain of about 1 on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, they are some sure tacklers on this Andale defense. They have not made very many mistakes, especially very few broken tackles.
Yeah, they wrap up and they hang on. They know how to tackle. Their helmets on the side of the body, and their Yep, it's pretty impressive. Wishbone formation again for Carson on 3rd and 6. Going to roll out and try to pass it. He's getting pressure from the backside. It is knocked away where the ball play. And the defender got there at exactly the same time. Yeah. Shea White on the coverage.
Yeah, Shea White had some great closing speed on the ball. Carson originally looked like he threw a pretty good pass, but Shea White, great closing speed.
And got there, like I said, just at the same time as the ball, and got it knocked away and incomplete with 3:57 left to go. The Vikings have another 3 and out.
Back to receive this punt. Hopefully the Vikings can get a punt downfield and put them in bad territory and make this a difficult, hopeful final drive.
Stanbaugh standing about his 25-yard line. Got to back a step to get it. Gets the ball away. It's a short line drive kick. It's going to bounce and get away from the return man, and it's going to get all the way down to the 20-yard line. So great kick by Stanbaugh to flip the field a little bit and get the ball back to the 20-yard line. The poorest field position Andale's had, but they certainly have Last time they had it on their drive, they got a short field, but the time before that, they had it all the way back to the 35-yard line, but it still only took them 10 plays to score.
Yeah, it doesn't quite matter to them. They could be back at their 1, and they're just going to continue to run their stuff, and they are very poised.
Yeah, they don't panic. They don't get in a hurry. Gustus now coming in in his linebacker position. Spexarth under center to sweep to the left, trying on the side. He's got some running room and big gain up to near the 40-yard line for number 42 on the carry. That's Parthimer.
Yeah, Pill again with the first hit. He bounced off of that one, and then Max and Nolan were there to finish off the tackle after a big gain, though.
But not before he gets up to the 43 or 43-yard line. So a 23-yard gain on the first down play. No, 1st and 10, Andale. Again, sprinting up to the line of scrimmage. Spexarth rolling out the pass. They're going to throw the ball deep down the field, wide open, and the completion made to number 4, Tegan Orth.
Yeah, Orth just ran a little seam route right up the middle.
Split Blanchett and Peedle in the middle, and Spexarth hit him just perfectly on the run. And they complete another big gain all the way down to the Viking 20, or now down to the 18-yard line where it's 1st and 10. So big play after big play for the Andale Indians. Here comes Parthimer trying that left side. He's got some running room. He gets across near the 10-yard line. It's going to be just short of the first down marker. It's going to be 2nd down, and we'll call it 1.
And the right guard, number 66, Ian Owad, he pulled on that one. And they're creating some really good run lanes for the running backs right now, who also finished off the run well.
Spexarth gets up and comes over to the side, looks over to the side to get a different play call from the coach. He's going to take it himself from the 1-yard line, or from the 2nd down and 1. He's going to get close, and he's going to get all the way in for the touchdown. So a 3-play drive of 80 yards, and Andale scores again with 2:37 left to go here in the first half.
And Spexarth got a little bit of help from their 42, Cody Parthimer. He just kind of hit him in the back, and Spexarth did a great job keeping his feet pumping, and the whole O-line just kind of seems like a convoy that's no one's going to stop.
Spexarth on the run for the Andale Indians. And that 2-point conversion is no good. And our score with 2:37 left to go in the first half, Andale 35, Smoky Valley 0. Back after this timeout.
We're here to keep you rolling. Rod's Tire and Service.
Summit Surgical and Pinnacle Rehabilitation and Sports Performance, together for your orthopedic needs. Now seeing physical therapy patients at Sterling College as well as our location in Hutchinson, enhancing the quality of your life and helping you return to the activities you love. Visit Summit online at summitks.com or call 620-665-7766 to make your consultation appointment. Summit Surgical and Pinnacle Rehabilitation and Sports Performance, together for exceptional health care.
For over 50 years, Burkamp Insurance in South Hutch has been taking care of the farm, auto, home, and business insurance for folks across central Kansas. Call them today at 620-662-7067. Burkamp Insurance, the big difference.
Viking football on Mix 96.7.
And the position that's been all too familiar here, Andale kicking off to Smoky Valley again. Dower and Autry back deep about the 15-yard line. This is a high end-over-end kick. It's going to be taken by Dower about the 15-yard line. They're going to try to fake the handoff and do the reverse. Autry's got it on the left side, trying to get up across. He's got some room across the 35-40 and driven out of bounds near the 40-yard line. So a good return on the reverse by the Vikings. And they'll have 1st and 10 about the 30. Looks like they're going to spot it about the 37 or 38-yard line.
And he had a great block by Vincent Pickering. He was on the edge, which allowed him just to spree out, get all the way to the edge, and great return there. Some momentum for the Vikings finally.
Yeah, the 38-yard line is where they're actually going to spot it, so that's where the Vikings have it. 1st and 10, wishbone formation behind Carson Peel, who's under center. Certainly need to get something going here. See if they can get a little drive put together. Here's Stambaugh trying up the middle. No, it's Autry trying the right side. He's going to get up to near the 45-yard line.
Yeah, good carry by Autry. Kind of just took off as soon as they faked the handoff up the middle to Stambaugh, and Autry took it. And
got a little room all the way up to the 45. It's going to be 2nd down and 3. Biggest play of the night for the Vikings. Right at the 45-yard line. 2nd down and 3 for the Vikings. Here comes Stambaugh on the power play right up the middle, but somebody submarines him, and he can't get anywhere. He's actually going to get no gain on the play. It's going to be 3rd and 3.
Yeah, as soon as he took that handoff, he had somebody right at his knees. I didn't see who that was, but that was a well-timed play.
Yeah, it's actually going to spot him a yard loss on the play. It's going to go back to the 44-yard line, so it's going to be 3rd and 4 now for the Vikings, and they really need to get a first down here. Keep that clock running.
Jack Krause was the one that had that great jump there.
Carson going to delay here. He's going to be in trouble. He's trying to get it outside. Intended receiver was Pickering, but that play didn't look like Carson came up with the ball cleanly, and he ended up getting it and throwing it out. That Pickering was the intended receiver, but he was well covered and it was overthrown a little bit. It falls incomplete. It's going to be 4th and 4.
That, and as soon as Peel took or turned around to open up to his receiver, he had somebody pressuring right in the face, so he knew he had to get rid of that ball quickly, and that's kind of what forced the errant throw.
So another 3 and out for the Vikings here. They just can't get their offense to get untracked tonight. Stambaugh again to punt the ball away, standing about the 30-yard line. Great snap. High short kick this time. Going to take a nice
good
Viking bounce though, and get inside the 20-yard line again. So that's where the Andale Indians will take it. 1st and 10 now with 1:10 left to go. Didn't take them very many plays. A 4-play 80-yard drive the last time they had it. So the Viking defense can stiffen here and keep it at this score at halftime.
Well, it would be a victory going into halftime if we can stop them here, kind of stop the bleeding and recollect there at halftime, and hopefully get the upper hand coming into the 3rd quarter.
So 1st and 10, Andale. Ball at the 20-yard line. Minute 10 left to go. They're going to throw a wide receiver out each way and a flanker also out near side. Spexart that to throw, going to have it in and out of the hands and caught. He bobbled it and he went down with the ball as he was sitting on his rear end and went down and hung on to the ball. So it's going to be a pickup of about 7 on the play, 2nd down and 3, and a timeout is called. We'll keep this timeout right here. This time the timeout sponsor is Pile Law. This timeout brought to you by Pile Law. If you have a friend or family member that has been a victim of an accident, call Pile Law in McPherson. At Pile Law, Tom takes the time to evaluate your option. That's Pile Law in McPherson. Also a shout out a little bit to some of the teams that have been playing this fall at Smoky Valley. Have had some good years so far. I don't know if we can have a time to sneak a couple of scores in for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually asked results from the match the other day for tennis, and this was the September 20th at Heston. For the singles, Lena Ruckles placed 2nd, and then Kelsey Adam also placed 4th. Campbell Gaskell and Carrie Adam in doubles placed 1st, and then Kayla Norberg and Lily Helene placed 2nd in doubles. So good job, ladies, in tennis. We'll have some more volleyball coming up.
How'd they do on team score? Would they get 2nd for team score?
Yeah, both of them 2nd at Heston and the one at Smoky Valley as well.
Wide receiver each way plus a flanker to the far side for the Indians this time. It's actually going to be a reverse. I see it coming. Here comes Prosser trying this near side. He's going to be trying to get away from some would-be tacklers, and great job. Here comes a flag in late near midfield.
Man, Vincent Pickering took a hit, if I've ever seen one, from number 69, Braden Weber, and he is a stout fellow down there. So
Dower and Peel in on the tackle for the Vikings.
I think Vincent's feeling that one a little bit.
We're going to have a little block in the back by Andale, so it's going to be a penalty from the previous line of scrimmage, I think. See see how they administer this penalty. Where the flag came way back here, but he's standing about the 42-yard line with the flag, but they take it back from the. I don't know how they're administrating that one. The ball. They're going to take the ball back to the 25-yard line. It's going to be second down and about 4. That was a reverse. That good job by Dower and Peel to make sure that didn't go for big yardage. Flanker and wide receiver to the far side, wide receiver near side. Here comes the belly play right up the middle. And good job by the Viking defense to hold that one under. And I think they're going to give up first down yardage, but no more. Ball gets out to the 33-yard line for a first and 10. Was that Prosser that ran that one?
Yeah, looks right. Andale moving into a hurry up.
Becker on just a little slip screen on the inside, getting it and completing it, but the Vikings come away with a tackle. Kelby Eck was a receiver, and he'll pick up about 3 on the play, second down and 7.
Good job by Nolan Dower forcing it back inside.
Bexart dropping back the pass again. This time he's going to tuck and run. No, he's going to throw it downfield, and it's going to be incomplete. Intended receiver. Good coverage by Max Beaker on the play.
That's right. He delivered a great hit, forced that ball to come loose.
Noah Bruce was the intended receiver on that one. So it's going to be third down and a long 6. It says 6 on the yardage marker over there. I think it looks more like a 7-yard, but there's only 23 seconds now left until halftime. Score again 35-0 in favor of Andale. Been on all Andale on offense, but the Vikings are certainly playing stout defense. Bexart goes under center. Here comes Parthimer trying to get outside, and he does. Little hold going on there. Yeah, here comes the flag. Yep. Peel was held, and Parthimer is going to go out of bounds, but that one's going to be coming back on a penalty. Peel couldn't get his hands free from the blocker, and it'll be a holding penalty on the Andale Indians. Now it's just 13 seconds left to go.
And Carson did a good job kind of showing that he was kind of being held there. And,
yeah.
But continuing to make the play, and just in case, caught him down from behind. Vikings here catching some breaks.
Well, I mean, that's part of what happened. You're a good team, and you block, and you get that contact, but you still got to play by the rules.
That's right.
You can't hold. So it takes it back behind the sticks. It's going to be third down and 1 for Andale, with just now 13 seconds left to go until halftime.
Yeah, Andale's able to run that ball, but with how they just keep the defense on. Sitting back on their heels and just off balance, they kind of hit you with some of those wrinkles and some reverses, and it just kind of seemed to sneak up on you.
So third down and 1 for Andale. Rush up to the line of scrimmage. Spexart looking deep down the field. Got a receiver wide open and caught and dropped. Oh, my goodness. Looking to where he was going to go was number 24 on the play, Kelby Eck. He had touchdown written all over him. He just one of those receivers that was not accounted for, and he got loose and falls incomplete. Now it's just 7 seconds left to go.
Yeah, that's one of their playmakers. That's the guy that liked to get to the ball out in space, and he had a great jump at the line of scrimmage and got behind the defense, but started trying to run without the ball.
So fourth down and 1 with just 7 seconds left to go here until halftime. If the Vikings loosen up their defense a little bit. Eck is going to come way out here in the near side. It's a running play to Parthimer, trying to get outside. Good tackle by Max Beaker, and that'll be the end of the first half. Our score at halftime, Andale 35, Smoky Valley 0. Turn it back to the station for an update on some scores, and we'll be back to wrap up this first half for you. You've been listening to Smoky Valley Football.
Tonight's coverage of Viking football continues next with the First Bank of Kansas halftime report. Coming up, we'll recap tonight's first half and catch you up on other scores around the area. The Smoky Valley Vikings play on Mix 96.7.
Money, sweat, and tears. You have a lot invested in your operation. First Bank Kansas.
Today we'll be interviewing Coach McClure, our defensive coordinator for the Smoky Valley Viking football team. How are you doing?
Doing well, thanks.
It's good. First question. What do you enjoy most about being a coach?
You know, I love sports. I grew up playing sports, played sports my whole life, and I really enjoy competition. And now that I'm getting too old to compete physically myself, it's that competing against the other coaches or competing to see how good I can get our players to be.
That's good. What are your thoughts on last week's game defensively?
I think we took a big step forward. We still have some plays where guys will take a play off or not finish their assignment, which cost us a couple of times. But I thought we took a big step forward and felt good about us defensively.
Good. What are your expectations defensively for the rest of the year?
I think guys are really starting to fill into their roles. I think we're just going to keep getting better as they get more used to each other and playing as a unit. So I think we're just going to keep getting better every Friday night.
And then last question, the big one. How do you feel about our defense going into Andale today?
I've been really pleased with our guys this week. Their mental preparation seems like we've gotten more physical, and those are the things it's going to take Friday night to have success, is to be mentally into it every play and then get physical and get downhill and get after these guys. So I'm excited to see how our boys perform.
Thank you, Coach McClure.
Thanks.
Call them today at 620-662-7067. Burkamp Insurance, the big difference.
Saturday is a big day for college football in Kansas, the biggest game of all in Lawrence, as the Kansas Jayhawks put a 3-0 record on the line against the Blue Devils in a sold-out Memorial Stadium. Remember, we'll have the game for you on 94.7 KSKU. Crimson and Blue Show starts it off tomorrow morning at 9:30 with kickoff at 11. K-State, meanwhile, heads south to take on Oklahoma in Norman, coming off last week's upset loss to Tulane. The game kicks off at 7. That will be on Fox. Hutchinson Community College Blue Dragons are back on the field Saturday night as they head to Coffeyville to face the Red Ravens. Kickoff at Veterans Memorial Stadium is at 7. The Saturday night KCAC schedule has Sterling hosting Tabor at 6, pregame at 5:30 on 95.9 HKFM. Bethany at Kansas Wesleyan at 7, pregame at 6:30 on Mix 96.7. Ottawa's at Bethel, Abla at Southwestern, St. Mary at Friends. McPherson has the week off this week. Bethany College Soccer will be hosting Southwestern on Saturday evening. The women will get underway at 5:30, the men at 7. McPherson College Soccer on the road Saturday. They're at Abla. The women at noon, the men at 2:30. The tennis teams are going to be taking part in the KCAC Fall Championships in Winfield, and a lot of the KCAC cross-country country runners today are running at Bethel's Muthana Rogers Invitational in North Newton. Coming up, a sweep of the Tulsa Drillers Thursday night. Wichita Wind Surge will open the Texas League Championship Series Sunday evening at 5:05 against the Frisco Rough Riders in Frisco. Kansas City Royals are wrapping up the home part of their season this weekend, hosting the Seattle Mariners. We'll have coverage Saturday at 6:10 with pregame at 5:30 on 98.9 and 1540 KMCP. Sunday's game at 1:10 with pregame at 12:30 on KMCP. Sunday's NFL schedule, the Chiefs taking on the Colts in the early slot, pregame at 11 on Mix 96.7. Broncos host the 49ers on Sunday Night Football. Dallas Cowboys take on the Giants in the Jersey Swamp on Monday night. We'll take a look at tonight's Week 4 high school football scoreboard show when we come back.
Hi, this is Lucas Raleigh with Raleigh Insurance. If you're thinking about shopping your business's insurance, let us do the shopping for you with our newly expanded markets and carriers. As an independent agency, we've been working with large commercial accounts to small family businesses across Kansas for over 50 years. Check out RaleighInsurance.biz, see me in Little River, or stop by Raleigh Insurance in Inman or Lyons today.
If you're looking for a late starting college class, Hutchinson Community College may have what you need. It's not too late to get enrolled. We have classes starting throughout the semester. Call 620-665-3535 or email myfuture@hutchcc.edu today.
Summit Surgical and Pinnacle Rehabilitation and Sports Performance, together for your orthopedic needs. Now seeing physical therapy patients at Sterling College as well as our location in Hutchinson, enhancing the quality of your life and helping you return to the activities you love. Visit Summit online at summitks.com or call 620-665-7766 to make your consultation appointment. Summit Surgical and Pinnacle Rehabilitation and Sports Performance, together for exceptional health care.
Checking out the latest scores we have in here at the Ad-Astro Sports Network studios. Right now, Buehler leading Winfield 3-0 at the half. Trinity Catholic up on Ellenwood 10-0. Central Christian leading Fairfield 20-0. Haven 21, Lyons 0. Inman 24, Sterling 0. McPherson leading Circle 14-0. And Andale up on Smoky Valley 35-0. Southeast was leading Halstead tonight 22-3 in games we're bringing you tonight on the Ad Astra Sports Network. Other scores around the area, late second quarter, Hutch High taking a lead on Derby 21-14. It is what turned out to be a really wild game tonight in Derby. Other scores we have in tonight from the Ad Astra Sports Network, just checking on that update. Little River leading Solomon 22-0. It's Hillsboro trailing Ellsworth 15-0. Marion and Remington tied up at 8. Peabody Burns leading Pawnee Heights 33-0. Heston 14. Wichita Trinity 13. Cheney leads Pratt 21-0. Kingman up on Douglas 29-0. Cunningham leading Tesca 34-0 in a very closely watched six-man game tonight. And Skyline trailing Nest City 8-6, that a second quarter score. One game already in the books tonight, a game that didn't get played. Moundridge beating Pretty Prairie tonight 1-0 on a forfeit. Pretty Prairie had to forfeit the game because of what were reported to be unforeseen circumstances involving available players for tonight's game. So Moundridge, without taking the field, gets their first win of the season. Stay with us for more scores throughout the evening on the Ad Astra Sports Network. Tonight at 10, the Kansas High School Football Scoreboard Show on Kicks 106.1 and 98.9 KMCP. Eric Peterson will have scores and highlights of games from all across the state of Kansas. So join us tonight at 10 for the Kansas High School Scoreboard Show. We'll send you back to your game site for second half action right after this. I'm Lucky Kid.
More of the First Bank of Kansas halftime report is coming up after this. Next, we'll recap tonight's first half stats. Visit one of First Bank Kansas's 8 locations or online. firstbankkansas.com. Mix 96.7.
Femco is a manufacturing leader in quality products. From weather protection to rollover protection to sun protection, Femco's engineers can produce a top quality finished product for almost any piece of equipment. Femco's years of experience in the safety and weather protection industry will ensure you get a reliable product that satisfies your need. Femco, located on West 1st and McPherson, has got you covered. Check out their website at femcomfg.com. Wishing all the area teams the best of luck.
Allen Samuels & Hutch is proud to support our community and local businesses, and we promise to continue to do so. Follow us on Facebook and join in our weekly giveaways. Check out our website at allensamuelshutch.com for our new inventory arriving daily. And remember, Ladies' Day is every Tuesday for discounted oil changes, tire rotation, and a free car wash. Allen Samuels on the giant corner of 30th and Lorraine and Hutch. We always have a warm cup of coffee waiting, and that's why Mr. Samuels always says,
"Come by, let's be friends."
If you're looking for a late starting college class, Hutchinson Community College may have what you need. It's not too late to get enrolled. We have classes starting throughout the semester. Call 620-665-3535 or email myfuture@hutchcc.edu today.
Central Gas Service is your locally family-owned and operated propane company that has the knowledge and experience when it comes to propane. We offer flexible payment options, competitive pricing, and 24/7 service. Join the Central Gas family today by visiting propaneks.com. Proud supporter of local high school athletics.
Viking football on Mix 96.7.
And welcome back to Andale High School. Don Binks along with Jason Drouillard. Got Dalton Estep helping us with the stats as well, but it's been a bad half for the Vikings. No first downs. The Vikings, every possession they've had has been a 3 and out, except for the one that Carson threw his first interception on the year. So it's all Andale. They took the opening kickoff and ran it 10 plays, 59 yards for the score. The 2-point conversion was good, and it was 8-0. They got the ball back again, this time a shorter field, and it was a 7-play, 36-yard drive to get a 15-0 lead. The point after kick was good, and then the Vikings, after another 3 out, they gave it back to Andale, and they ran on a 10-play, 65-yard drive, capped off by a 5-yard Prosser run. The point after attempt was no good, and it was 21-0. And after the interception, the Vikings had Andale with a short field, just a 20-yard drive, and it took one play for Prosser to get in. The point after run was good, and it was 29-0. And then the last scoring drive was a 5-yard run by Spexarth. It was a 4-play, 80-yard drive that culminated in that Spexart run. The point after pass was no good. It was 35-0. And the Viking defense kind of stepped up a little bit and held Andale from scoring on that last possession. So all in all, not a good half, but Vikings are certainly playing hard.
Well, that they are, and I guarantee you they're going to come out with some fire here in the second half, and they want to get that first punch in the third quarter. Leading the way defensively for the Vikings, Austin Sharp with 9 total tackles, 6 of those being solo. Also sticking his head in there quite a few places has been Carson Peel coming from the safety spot. He's got 6 tackles. Probably could have been a couple more in there as well. Also in there, Nolan Dower with 5 tackles. Carson Peel is 0 for 4 right now, passing the ball with an interception. Justice Autry has 3 attempts on 13 yards. We also have Cade Blanchett, 3 attempts, 7 yards. Carson with 2 attempts, 5 yards rushing. And then Tristan has 3 attempts, but -1. He just can't seem to, right now, Andale's doing a great job just plugging up that middle. And a guy that's kind of been causing some problems for us has been that number 69, Braden Weber.
Yeah, no question about that. What do you got for some stats for Andale?
Let's see. Leading the way, obviously, Spexarth for the Indians at quarterback, 5 of 7, 88 yards and a touchdown. He's been nearly perfect. Gage Prosser, number 29, carrying 12 times, 82 yards, 2 touchdowns, is a good average of 6.8. Cody Parthamer, number 42, 6 attempts, 46 yards for another great average of 7.7. And then Jonah Meyer, number 10, he has just 3 attempts, but 38 yards for an average of 12.7.
Wow.
And then defensively for the Indians, there really aren't a lot of tackles so far because we just haven't had the ball that much. But right now leading the way for them defensively, number 28, Landon Harp, 3 tackles, all 3 of them being solo. And then number 3, Shea White, has also stuck his head in there a few times for 2 tackles.
All in all, not a terrible half. Again, a team that has not lost a regular season game in like 5 or 6 years under Dylan Schmidt, their head coach, and only 2 losses in his tenure is in the state playoffs. And so Vikings have to hang their head on the fact that they've held them lower score than they typically do, but they, on the other hand, just haven't been able to get our offense untracked.
Yeah, and I think it would take some points off the board if we would just move that ball a little bit, but we've got to get that rhythm. So far, we just haven't found that rhythm offensively, and once we do, I think we'll be doing just fine and give ourselves kind of a chance to work ourselves back into this ball game.
We haven't had very many penalties, but they seem to have come at a crucial time. We get a 3rd and 2, and then we back it up 5 yards on a false start penalty or something, so it brings it back a little bit unmanageable then, and we can't make that work. So all in all, not too bad of a night, but it's 35-0 in favor of the Andale Indians. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll recap some of the other scores from the other sports going on, volleyball and cross country and tennis. We've already talked a little bit about tennis, but we'll have some more of those. You're listening to Viking Football on 96.7 FM, The Mix out of McPherson, and we'll be back after this timeout.
Family. It's who we are at McPherson Center for Health Women's Care and Birth Center. When you choose us, you become part of our family. We celebrate with you, sharing in your excitement as we walk through this deeply personal experience together. It's what we love. And isn't that part of being family? Come join our growing family of those who have entrusted us with theirs. Call 620-241-2251, extension 238 to learn more.
Summer is here and we're bringing the heat. At Next Tech Wireless, you can get an iPhone SE 3rd Gen or the Samsung A53 on us. Or if you're looking for a little more, you can also get up to $529 off any other device, including the Samsung S22 Ultra or the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Come visit us at a location near you or call or text at 877-621-2600 for more information. Next Tech Wireless. We are Kansas.
Viking football on Mix 96.7.
This scoreboard update brought to you by McPherson Dental Care, your friendly hometown dentist, online at McPhersonDentalCare.com, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch. Got some scores for you. Dodge City 17, Liberals 7, Wichita Trinity 27, Heston 14. Got a big one going on down in Wichita where Hutch is leading Derby. 21-14 was the last score we had on that one.
Yeah, and it was reported that just before half, Hutch took back a 58-yard fake punt to take the lead, 21-14.
Wow, 21-14 is that one. Big one down there. And Hutchison already lost a game this year, or Derby already lost a game, yeah. So they're possibly looking at a 2-2 record after 4 games. We'll see how all that comes together.
And they were a favorite to win state, so that's interesting.
Some other scores: Goddard 20, Arc City 15, Mays South 21, Newton 7, Hayes 16, Garden City 7, Holton 28, Perry 12, Manhattan 21, Washburn Rural High School 17. I had a Halstead score here a little bit ago. See if I can find that for you. Abilene 7, Chapman 6, Clay Center 40, Hiawatha 0.
We got Southeast of Saline leading 30-3 against Halstead at halftime.
Hoisington all over Southwestern Heights 42-0. So that's a few scores from around the area. Again, our score here is 35-0 in favor of the Andale Indians. And the Vikings certainly needing to get out here tonight and get this second half kickoff and make a statement and see if they can get something going here in the third quarter.
That's right. They just got to pick up that energy and be the ones to deliver the hit. The very first play of that kickoff going into starting off the third quarter.
Just like a great block on the field, the pros at H&R Block provide you with the help you need and the biggest possible refund. Find the tax prep option for you. H&R Block in Hutchinson, Lyons, and Ellsworth. You mentioned that great block that one of the Andale Indians got on Vincent Pickering. He's a pretty stout guy, but they were able to really provide a really big block.
Oh, they're doing a great job, not just blocking at the line of scrimmage, but you'll see their offensive linemen blocking 6, 7, 10 yards down the field, which makes a world of difference when our second-level defenders aren't the ones coming downhill hard, which our boys are doing a good job of, but A&L's just kind of beating them to the punch right now.
Yeah, no question about that. We'll take our final timeout, a 1-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have the kickoff of the second half. You're listening to Smoky Valley Football. Back with the second half kickoff after this timeout.
One of the most important elements of success is knowing when to expand and when to focus on strengthening what you have. At People's Bank and Trust, we've done just that over the years, ensuring that we always have a solid base to provide for our customers and our community. At People's Bank and Trust, we never promise more than we can deliver, and what we deliver is safe, sound, reliable banking that puts you first. Let us put our experience to work for you and your family. People's Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Andale Ready Mix has superior service, quality concrete, and cutting-edge equipment. Whether it's residential, commercial, or industrial jobs, large or small, they do it all. For your next concrete job, call today, 316-832-0063. Andale Ready Mix. This mud's for you. Andale Construction offers rolled compacted concrete, cement soil stabilization, and dirt services. They pride themselves on delivering products of paramount quality while maintaining the highest standards in order to achieve the best quality product and service for our customers. To see how Andale Ready Mix and Andale Construction can help you with your next project, go to Andale Ready Mix or AndaleConstruction.com.
Viking football on Mix 96.7.
And welcome back to Andale High School. Don Binks along with Jason Drilliard as the Vikings get ready to take the opening half kickoff. Also, one of the scores I was interested in was McPherson and Circle. And McPherson coming in with a 2-1 record, Circle at 3-0. But McPherson, last I checked, was a 14-0 lead on their homecoming night tonight. So hope that continues for the McPherson Bullpups.
We also have a score for Cheney. They are up right now 21-0 on Pratt.
Oh, wow.
At halftime.
That's kind of a surprising score.
Absolutely.
I thought that'd be a pretty even game, but Cheney, our next opponent at home, so go from the fire into the frying pan, it sounds like. Here the Vikings need to get something going. They have not had a first down on offense yet, so let's see if they can get something put together here. And they got to get some momentum back on their side. The momentum has all been on Andale's side. They got their first interception of the year on Carson Peel and ran it back to give them a short field to get a score. So the Vikings need to take this opening kickoff and see what they can do with it.
And don't try to get, obviously you can't tie the game with one play. So one thing we can't do is try to go out here and just guns blazing. We can go at this just one play at a time and see what happens, but don't try to make it all up in one play.
Vikings will be going from west to east, left to our right. We're on the south side of the field in the press box up here. I'm sitting around about the 48-yard line. And the freshman kicker for Andale will kick another one off. Number 36, that's Easter.
Good size kid.
Yeah, and it's a big, deep, long kick. Dower's going all the way back. It's going to get into the end zone. He's going to run it out. He can't run it out of the end zone. It's a touchback, and it'll be at the 20-yard line. So that's the best kickoff that Easter has had so far. And that's where the Vikings will have it 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Just notice this, too. He switches out a cleat when he kicks off. So you keep seeing a cleat flying from the sideline, and that's actually him flipping it out for the kickoff.
Cleat, you mean a shoe?
Yeah.
Shoes?
Yep.
Not unusual for kickers to have a different shoe. Those years that I coached in Bethany, we had some interesting kickers. They're of a different mentality.
Yes, they are.
Wishbone formation behind Carson here on 1st and 10. The ball's loose, so fumble. The quarterback center exchange, it hasn't been a problem all year long. It was a problem on that one, and the Vikings lose a yard on the play, 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, Carson kind of seemed to pull away a little bit too soon and then realized he didn't have the ball with him, but fell on it right away.
2nd down and 11 for the Vikings. Dower in for House on the wide receiver. He comes wide to the near side. Blanchett goes wide to the far side. I formation this time behind Carson Peel on 2nd down and 11. Linebackers fushing in there, trying to get inside and get some pressure going, and Carson's going to keep it himself, and he's going to get a little bit of yardage back. The loss and a couple more, so it's going to be 3rd down and we'll call it 9.
And on the play, once again, number 69, Braden Weber. He has just been a force in the middle, just causing all kinds of problems, and it just hasn't allowed our offense to really start gelling.
And he's only 215 pounds, so it's not only are they strong and they're quick and they're not huge, but they just are in the right place at the right time. So 2nd down and long, or 3rd down and long for the Vikings. House goes wide to the far side. Blanchett, the flanker on the near side. Carson Peel dropping back to pass, rolling, kind of looking for Blanchett downfield. Is going to go short instead to Pickering, and it's going to be knocked out of his hands. Good coverage on there by number 20. Well, his jersey's pulled halfway off his back there. I think it's 28 on the defense.
Yeah,
It'd be
right.
Landon Harp.
Give credit to Richard Zeller there. Although it was a incomplete pass, Zeller made a great block that just allowed Carson to get to the edge and kind of free him up, give him some space to set his feet, make a good throw.
But that is another 3 and out for the Vikings, so they're going to have to punt the ball away again to Andale. Back deep for the Indians is number 24, Kelby Eck. Sambo will be standing about his 12-yard line to punt the ball away. It's a high snap. He goes up to get it. Pressure coming, but he gets it away. It's a high, wobbly, short kick. Going to be bounced and taken about the 45-yard line. Elk gets a little bit of seam. He's going to go all the way to the house. Eck's going to take it back on the short kick. He got a bounce. It bounced right to him and picked it up about the 42-yard line and took it in for the score. So they just make lemonade out of lemons all the time.
Do. Well, Eck is so dangerous. Anytime you get the ball in his hands, he's bound to make a big play like that. Tristan Stanbaugh comes up a little slow. Looks like he maybe tweaked his ankle, but he looks like he's going to go ahead and walk that off.
That score coming at the 10-19 mark here in the 3rd quarter.
Tegan Orth, number 4, also seemed to look like he had a great hit on the backside against Max Beaker. So Andale just making blocks all over the play.
Sullivan again coming in for the point after kick. Vikings are going to try to get up there and flex and get called for the offside, so they're going to get half the distance to the goal to try it again. So I think they're going to stay right where they're at on the kicker.
Yeah, we've seen this before. Last time they went ahead and went for the 2-point conversion. This time they'll stay there
and
for the
didn't
PAT.
get it.
That's right.
And didn't get it, so they're going to go for the extra point kick here. Snap is good, the hold is good, the kick is good, and our score with 10-19 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Andale 42, Smoky Valley 0. Back after this timeout.
For over 50 years, Burkamp Insurance in South Hutch has been taking care of the farm, auto, home, and business insurance for folks across central Kansas. Call them today at 620-662-7067. Burkamp Insurance, the big difference.
Viking football on Mix 96.7.
And welcome back to Andale, Kansas. Don Binks along with Jason Drouillard. Doug Snyder, my normal color commentator, is in the state of Pennsylvania at his brother's house this weekend for a christening for one of his nieces or nephews. So hope he's having a good travel time over there. And we're having a good time here, but our Vikings out there on the field just can't get anything going against this Andale team. And this Andale team, again, has not lost a regular season game under the coaching direction of Dylan Schmidt in his 6th year, I think.
Hey, I don't know if you can formulate a team that's just as well put together. They are a well-oiled machine, guys that are just
They
out
just don't
there.
have any weaknesses. Like
No,
you said,
not at
special
all.
teams, defense, everything is just, it's discipline. There's a kick going deep again. Dowler's going to take it about the 5-yard line. He's going to hand it off on Autry. No, he's going to keep it himself, trying that left side. He's going to get a little bit of room up to about the 15-yard line, and that's where the Vikings will take over 1st and 10.
And every single time we have returned, we do a fake or we go ahead and hand off. But I noticed on that play, number 28, Landon Harp, went ahead and stayed. So Andale is just doing a great job of being disciplined, doing their 111, making sure they're doing their job, and they're just playing sound football.
The Vikings have it 1st and 10. Ball is going to be on the 15-yard line. On the far hash. Person will bring him out to the line of scrimmage with the wishbone formation behind him on 1st and 10. Rolling near side, going to look for the ball downfield. Falling down, getting the field. Yeah, House gets tripped up. They're going to call pass interference as the defender there, number 3, I believe, on the play.
Shea White.
Shea White just kind of runs over the back of Braxton House, so it's going to be a 15-yard penalty on the Andale Indians and give the Vikings their first down. Although it be via penalty, you just can't knock over the intended receiver before the ball gets there.
That's right. He looked like he was trying to make a play a little bit early, then got caught up and went ahead and just pushed Braxton over.
Take it from the original line of scrimmage, so it's a 15-yard penalty. It'll come up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 Vikings.
And at this point, the Vikings will take a first down however they can get it. As you mentioned, that is their first down of the game, coming at 10:04 left in the 3rd quarter.
Oh, out of the huddle, Carson brings him up I formation behind him. Blanchett goes out as a flanker on the left side. Going to hand it off to Stambaugh, the first guy through the middle, and he's going to get tripped up again. Somebody's submarining in there, and boy, Stambaugh just... Boy, when you cut your feet out from underneath your running back, you just can't go anywhere without your feet being on the ground.
No, Ian Owad is just looks like he's kind of playing that dive perfectly and not allowing Tristan Stambaugh to get any running room. He just hasn't been a factor whatsoever for our offense. But credit to Ian Owad for making those plays.
No gain on the play, 2nd down and 10. Go back to wishbone formation, double tight end. Carson going to turn and hand it off to Autry. He's going to get a little bit of seam and get outside across the 45 and up near the 35 up near the 40. And it looks like it's going to be 1st down yardage by the Meerkat.
Yeah, number 43, Noah Bruce, was there to make the original tackle before the 1st down. But Autry did a great job being a little shifty, made an outside in move, and then scooted up for the 1st down.
Stambaugh goes out. Like you said, it looks like he's limping just a little bit out there. So somebody coming in for Tristan Stambaugh at fullback. I don't know who that is.
That's number 32, Caleb Gustus.
Gustus in there at fullback. Blanchett and Autry are the other two in the backfield. Here comes Blanchett trying that left side. He's going to try to get a seam and goes down the line of scrimmage. He's going to get a little bit of room to get up near the 45-yard line. So it'll be a pick up about 4 or 5 depending on where they spot it.
Yeah, good job by Cade finding that open seam, bouncing a little bit to the outside to get a couple of extra yards. It seems like we've got a little bit of momentum going here on the offensive side.
Couple of 1st downs already. He's only going to get credit for 2 on that one. He must have got out of bounds a little quicker than we thought. 2nd down and 8 for the Vikings. Again, staying in that wishbone formation. Carson goes under center. Turns and hands it off to Blanchett, trying that left side again. He's going to be across the 45 and up near the 46-yard line, where it's going to be 3rd down and about 5.
Yeah, Justice Autry did a good job getting out to a lead block, giving Cade an opportunity for about 3 yards on the play.
Manageable 3rd and 5 here for the Vikings. Got to get just across midfield to get that 1st down. 42-0 at the 8:29 mark and counting here in the third quarter. Been all Andale tonight. It shows why they have not lost a regular season game in nearly 6 years.
Oh, they are sound across the board.
Again, wishbone formation for Carson under center. Turns and looks, going to try to go downfield for the ball. And Braxton House is, in and out of his hands. It was going to be first down yardage, but that time White was there on good timing and knocked the ball loose. Braxton had it, but just couldn't complete the catch.
Yeah, Shea White was there to deliver the hit, which it got right to Braxton. We were right him in the hands, but it just kind of popped into his lap and fell loose after the hit.
So after a couple of first downs and this possession getting a little spark of offense in the Vikings sideline, they're going to have to punt the ball away. This time, let's see if Tristan comes out to punt the ball away. He does. Tristan's back out there to punt the ball away. He'll be standing back inside the 35, about the 33-yard line. Little high snap, has to go back and get it, but does. It's a line drive, wobbly kick. It's going to be taken by Eck at the 30-yard line, 35, 40. And holding on for dear life is Gustus, and Eck drags him across the 45 across the 40 up near the 43 or 44-yard line. And that's where Andale will take over 1st and 10. Their first possession was a kickoff return, so this is their first offensive possession of the second half.
Actually, in on that tackle was number 33, Gavin Stambaugh, brother of Tristan Stambaugh, sophomore, 5'11", plays some running back and linebacker, so good to see him. But again, we brought the initial hit, and was able to gain a couple of extra yards even after the first hit.
Yeah, he drug Gustus with him, and Stambaugh assisting on that tackle, so yep. Good strong running by the Andale Indians. Wide receiver to the near side. I formation behind Spexarth. Dropping back to pass, still looking, going downfield, going to go deep down the field. Good coverage by Max Beaker, step for step with the intended receiver, number 24, I believe, Kelby Eck. And Max Beaker was step for step with him. Great coverage by the Vikings.
Yeah, Spexarth had a little pump fake, and Eck tried to hit Beaker with a double move, but Beaker, again, just stayed with him and kept in his hip pocket, was able to get down all the way on the pass, and incomplete.
Second down and 10 now for the Andale Indians, is a position they haven't been in very often. They rush to the line of scrimmage with that full house backfield. First guy through, belly play coming in, going to be broken into big yardage. Number 10 gets 10 yards and a little bit more. Running in there is Jonah Meyer, and he'll get down to the 44-yard line of Smoky Valley for a first down.
Yep, and there on the tackle, number 52, Austin Sharp, who has made several tackles today, but unfortunately we're not making the tackles to the line of scrimmage.
We're making them downfield and dragging the Viking tacklers with them. So 1st and 10, Andale in Viking territory at the 44-yard line, leading 42-0, 7:15 and counting left to go in the third quarter. We'll have some more score updates for you as the third quarter progresses. Bexarth on a little counter play inside, gets the nice tackle by Nolan Dower as he submarines and gets under the feet of the running back. And is that Marks? I don't think so.
Yep, that'd be Cooper Marks. Yep, Dower had a great tackle there. So far this season, he's done a great job making some tackles in space, especially when it seems like the offensive player has the advantage. Dower just comes up with some big plays here and there.
Second down and 8 for the Andale Indians now on this drive. Bring them quickly to the line of scrimmage. There's just a student body left, and the Vikings do a good job. Groslin in there to start the tackling, and finishing off was House and Gustus, I believe. No, Sharp again.
Yep, Sharp also in there, kind of staying around the football is Cade Blanchett.
Couldn't tell if it was 32 or 52. Those numbers look a lot alike, but it was both. Yeah, I think it was a little bit of both, but Austin Sharp coming in there. 3rd down and 4 now for the Andale Indians here, as they bring that full house backfield again. Spexarth going to get in on a belly play and going to get first down yardage and a little bit more. Driving him back now after the initial first down carry. In on the play, somebody slow for the Vikings, slow to get up, is Vincent Pickering.
Yeah, Vincent's taking some hits. He's doing all he can to kind of stay in the ball game and be a factor, but he has not had an easy task dealing with some of those hog mollies up front.
No, it's a battle out there, no question about that. 1st and 10, Andale inside Viking territory to 32. Spexart dropping back to pass, looking now, rolling near side, still rolling. He's going to throw it short and caught. Trying to get inside the 10-yard line, getting rid of the tackle, and finally out of bounds is number 10, Jonah Meyer. I thought he almost went down on a knee to catch that, but evidently
he had to drop down there pretty low to get the ball.
But I think he kept his knee off the ground. I think he just crouched down like a catcher kind of behind the batter and went down to catch the ball and get all the way down to the 6-yard line where it's 1st and goal. Bexarth comes up from under center now, looking over to the sideline. He's got a full house backfield behind him. He's going to keep it himself and take it right up the middle, trying to get it to the goal line. He's going to be short. It's going to be 2nd and goal for the Andale Indians.
Good stop there by Nolan Dower. He wasn't the only one, but he was there to finish off the tackle for the Vikings.
He brought Bexarth back across the 5-yard line, but he got forward progress up to about the 3, so it's going to be 2nd down and goal from the 3. Yeah, the defense group for the Vikings have certainly, you think, well, you haven't played very good giving up 42 points, but boy, they have battled tonight.
They have fought, and they've made some good plays. They've just got to continue to finish this ball game.
Work hard. Spexarth under center, going to hand it off in the belly play up the middle, and it is good. Touchdown run by Andale, coming at the 4:43 mark. Is that Riley Marks that took it in that time?
I think that was number 10, Jonah Meyer.
Meyer again, 10 Meyer with the 3-yard touchdown run.
Looks like the lineup for the PAT after that score.
Sullivan again in to do the extra point. I believe 32.
Yep, that is right. Sullivan.
Placement is good. The kick is up. The kick is good. And our score with 4:43 left to go in the third quarter. Andale 49, Smoky Valley 0. Back with the kickoff after this timeout.
When it comes to your personal banking, it should be, well, personal. That's how we do business at the Farmers State Bank. Farmers State Bank combines personal service with the modern convenience of advanced technology. Visit any one of our locations in Galva, Lindsborg, or McPherson and see how we take service. Very personal.
Viking football on Mix 96.7.
8-play, 56-yard drive that time for the Andale Indians as they put it in the end zone once again for a 49-0 lead here in Andale. First round of playoffs for the Vikings in their new district this year. We play Andale on the road, then we play Cheney at home, then we go to Pratt. Then we face Nickerson, then we finish up the year with a non-district game against Hillsboro. And then we'll have a 9th game at some point in time, depending on how all the season goes, whether it's just a 9th game to get that 9th game in, or if you're the 4th team in your district, you match up against the first place team in the other district. Talk a little bit more about them if we have time. There's a kick going deep, taken by Dower about the 10-yard line. Going to take it right up the middle himself, 25, trying to get outside to you just can't get across the 25-yard line, and that's where the Vikings will have it 1st and 10.
This week for volleyball, Smoky Valley defeated Hoisington 25-21 in two sets, 25-21, 25-18, and then fell to Cheney in 3 sets, 25-11, 20-25, 25-20. They are 16-6 this season and currently ranked number 10 in 3A.
And Cheney is one of the teams that they're going to have to battle in that. They lost to Cheney in the first round of the state tournament last year. But they made the state tournament back-to-back years, so we'll see how they're going to do this year under the direction of Doug Snyder.
He's done a great job with them so far.
Wide receiver each way for the Vikings. Under center is Carson Peel. Dropping back to pass on a quick slant. He just leads Blanchett by a little bit. He had a good seam, had a good open, but he just couldn't get to him. And it falls incomplete, 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, it looked like Blanchett just got hooked up a little bit on the corner. He was open, and then Peel just kind of expected him to be a little bit further at that point.
Rylan White was the defender on that one. Yeah, couldn't get hooked up on it, so it's 2nd down and 10 now. Clock stops at 3:19. It's going to be a continuous running clock now. Started doing that in the 3rd quarter now in these games, so wide receiver each way for the Vikings. Carson again under center, going to turn back the Statue of Liberty play, and Autry just gets swarmed under back there. That's worked so good on so many teams, but when a team's so disciplined as the Andale Indians, they knew that play was coming at some point in time, and Autry just gets swarmed under for a loss on the play of about 7 or 8 yards.
Yeah, number 22, Trent Eck, another Eck in there. He just was sitting right there in the hip pocket of Autry and was not fooled whatsoever.
Actually recorded as a 5-yard loss, so it's 3rd down and 15 now for the Vikings here in the 3rd quarter. 2.5 minutes left to go in this game. House and Blanchett and Autry, all three to the far side. Shotgun formation this time for Carson, who's going to roll flat. Going to look down the field deep for Blanchett and stepped in front of, intercepted by Andale. Intercepted by number 9, trying to get some return, and the Vikings are going to swarm him under and catch it. But Owen Eck, another Eck, in there for he just stepped right in front of Blanchett, who was breaking open, but Eck was reading the quarterback's eyes and stepped in front of and intercepted the ball.
Yeah, it looked like Blanchett had about a 15-yard out, and Eck was just reading it the whole time, stayed patient. As soon as he saw that ball release, had a great break in the ball and made the play.
Now that sets Andale up with another short field ball. It's going to be on the 23-yard line after the interception.
Well, if you guessed who was making a play on the ball, if you said Eck, you're going to have a good chance.
If you say Eck or Spexarth, you have a 50-50 chance of being right on this team.
They're all over the place, and there's quite a few of them on this roster. They are some good football players.
I got another quarterback in there now. Number 5 is the quarterback. It's a belly play up the middle and gets first down yardage and more. That quarterback now is Paxton Spexart. So go from one Spexart to the other, a junior.
And once again, the Vikings are making the initial contact, but it's the Andale Indians that are just making some extra yardage off of the hit and not going down on first contact, which has made a big difference, especially on these pretty quick drives.
Yeah, when you see the second team offense for Andale coming out there and getting some good blocks and getting some good yardage on first down, you know how deep this team really is. Spexart's going to keep it himself and try to get some yardage. He breaks a little bit of room, and it's going to be 2nd down and about 4 for the Andale Indians.
Well, that quarterback keeper is so tough to defend because you've got the big, strong guys up front that aren't necessarily tall nor big. They're just so strong, and they fire off that ball, and it's hard to find anybody, especially the quarterback, that just stays low enough to be hidden behind those guys, and they just continue to push you and drive you backwards.
2nd down and 4 for the Andale Indians. We're going to snap it before the end of the quarter here. No, he won't. Quarter is going to end, and our score after 3 quarters, Andale 49, Smoky Valley 0. We'll be back with the 4th quarter after this timeout.
My name is Lauren Doak, here to tell you about the Smoky Valley Virtual Charter School. Our virtual school offers tuition-free curriculum to students grades 6 through 12. We have over 75 elective classes in 8 career pathways. Experience learning at the Smoky Valley Virtual Charter School, an online link between home, school, and public education. Be anywhere, learn everywhere with Smoky Valley Virtual Charter School. Learn more at smokyvalley.org.
What's better than getting a new iPhone? Also getting an Apple Watch on us with 1 month free service. You heard that right. At Next Tech Wireless, you can get an Apple Watch on us with a month of free cellular service when you buy a new iPhone. Come visit us at a location near you or call or text at 877-621-2600 for more information. Next Tech Wireless. We are Kansas.
Viking football on Mix 96.7.
An update from McPherson, a halftime score. McPherson 14, Circle 9. So they've come back. It was 14-0 at one time, so they've come back a little bit.
Little River over Solomon, 56-6, taking care of business. And Kenton Galva is also up on Norwich, 46-0.
Those two teams, I don't think they'll play each other this year because I think that one of them dropped down a level. Otherwise, those two battled each other all the way to the state finals last.
Right.
Quickly, Spexarth under center hands it up to the first guy up the middle. Good job by the Viking defense that time.
Make the initial stop there is number 40, Tristan Stanbaugh. Looks like he's moving just fine now.
Yeah, he read that one well, and that was his assignment. He grabbed him and took him down for no gain on the play. It'll be third down for the Andale Indians, right at the 5-yard line. You have to go to the 2 to get a first down.
Another score update. Southeast of Salinas up 42-17 against Halstead with 2:10 left in the third.
Wide receiver goes far, sprinting out to the far side for Andale. They break the huddle and come up to the line of scrimmage. Spexart goes under center. Got to wait until everybody gets set. They finally do. And turns and hands it on. Oh, and nobody there. Spexart on a busted play. Going to try to score and does. Spexart, the younger Spexart, Paxton takes it in from the 5-yard line for a touchdown.
Well, it's always nice when you have a broken play, you're still able to score. Spexarth did a great job of staying poised. Realized that the tailback went the wrong way and went ahead and kept it around the edge for the touchdown.
Coming at the 11:09 mark of the fourth quarter. Looks like they're going to go for 2
here.
That
looks like it. They did not bring out Sullivan.
Not bringing out the kicker this time, so. Break the huddle in that T formation. They're going to try a naked reverse by Spexarth. He's going to try to get to the side, still running. He's going to take it in for the 2-point conversion. And our score with 11:09 left to go in the fourth quarter, 57-0. Andale back after this timeout.
We're here to keep you rolling. Rod's Tire and Service.
Summit Surgical and Pinnacle Rehabilitation and Sports Performance, together for your orthopedic needs. Now seeing physical therapy patients at Sterling College as well as our location in Hutchinson, enhancing the quality of your life and helping you return to the activities you love. Visit Summit online at summitks.com or call 620-665-7766 to make your consultation appointment. Summit Surgical and Pinnacle Rehabilitation and Sports Performance, together for exceptional health care.
For over 50 years, Burkamp Insurance in South Hutch has been taking care of the farm, auto, home, and business insurance for folks across central Kansas. Call them today at 620-662-7067. Burkamp Insurance, the big difference.
Viking football on Mix 96.7.
End over end kick going to be taken by Dower about the 15-yard line. Gets it off to Autry on the far side, trying to find a seam up the middle and get outside. And he's going to be tackled about the 20. So that's where the Vikings will have it. 1st and 10. Trailing now by the score of 57-0.
And that was a good tackle by number 13, Ian Schrin. He's a sophomore defensive back, making a tackle on a very good and shifty Autry.
Carson Peel on his way out to the Viking huddle to see if we can get something going. For opening drive of the third quarter, they got some first down by penalty, another first down by rush, but they certainly haven't been able to get anything going here offensively in this quarter. Another interception by Carson Peel. Here comes the first man through. Stanbaugh going to be running hard on that right side. Blanchett still coming to go, and he's turned across midfield. And on the way down, Blanchett still with the running, taking it to the 10. 5 touchdown Smoky Valley on the big run by Tristan Stanbaugh caught me by surprise. He got over there on the sideline, and I thought Stanbaugh had it first, and then
pulled a little Houdini there. I'm not quite sure how he ended up with the ball,
but he takes it in 80. Where did he start? We hadn't even written down the yard line where the Vikings started. I think it was on the 25-yard line, so I think it's a 75-yard run. So the first score for the Viking coming on a long Blanchett run.
Looks like the ball was right about the 22.
Carson Peel trying to take it in for the extra point, and it is good. And our score with 10:02 left to go in the fourth quarter. Vikings get on the scoreboard, 57-8 in favor of Andale. We'll be back with the ensuing kickoff right after this.
Be anywhere, learn everywhere. Experience online learning with one of the first accredited virtual charter schools in Kansas. Smoky Valley Virtual Charter School right here in Lindsborg. We offer courses for traditional students grades 6 through 12, as well as adult and part-time programs. Advisors will guide you through a dynamic and engaging curriculum from a highly respected program. Learn more at smokyvalley.org.
Enjoy always homemade favorites and weekly specials at Water's Edge Restaurant and Catering in Heston. It's simply the best for comfort food classics or unique seasonal flavors. Check out their Thursday night specials and customizable catering options too. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Follow them on Facebook and view the menu at watersedgeheston.com. With dine-in or curbside to-go service, they've got your cravings covered morning, noon, and Thursday night.
Viking football on Mix 96.7.
Vikings to kick it off to Andale here. Heitschmidt back to kick it off. The driving kick on the ground, going to be picked up by, well, maybe it wasn't touched by Andale.
No, it was close, though.
I thought it was touched by Andale.
Yeah.
And they are going to throw a flag now, so it'll come up to the 40-yard line. We found out what happened. Stambaugh did start the run off, but Blanchett picked up the fumble and advanced it right down the sideline, broke open and outrun the defenders and ran it. He gets credit for a 78-yard run as the play started back on the 22-yard line, but he picked it up probably about the 30, his 35, somewhere in there, because Stambaugh had a good run going and then dropped the ball back, and that's where it we couldn't figure out what happened back there because I thought Stambaugh had it, but then all of a sudden Blanchett was taking down the sideline. I couldn't figure out what happened, but we tried to call it for you.
Yeah, it was tough to see on the live, but actually live, and then watching the replay, just a heads-up play by Blanchett, picking up that ball and also making or having a couple of broken tackles. So phenomenal run there by Cade Blanchett, the senior.
Now we must have another penalty. Or maybe they're going to rule it was touched by Andale.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw number 1 maybe touch it.
Went out of bounds, so spotted where it's first touch. It's spotted at the 39-yard line, so that's where they'll have it first and 10. Again, some younger guys in there. Good job by Stambaugh, among others, to stand up that play at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it's kind of the first time we've gotten a push up front and gotten the snap count right. So I think I saw in there number 77, Justin Holt, and also number 50, I guess that would be number 70 for Gus Griffith.
Gus Griffith, good job. Yeah, they're bringing another set of running backs in now. As I was talking to the radio guy for Andale, I said, because what keeps all these kids at interest? And he said, well, getting to play. And he said they bring them in and get them to play, and it's showing because now it's the third set of running backs out there, and see who's in there as quarterback. Turn and hand it off. They're going to keep it himself and run it, and that is number. And they just keep bringing them in and bringing it out so quickly.
That's number 22
on the run.
Trent Eck, another Eck on there.
Another Eck.
Eck.
He took the snap, didn't he?
Well, I'm not quite sure who ended up taking the snap.
I think he did. I think it was a quarterback keeper on that one. He gets 8 yards. It's 3rd and 2 up near the 47-yard line.
This might be the third group that Andale's run out there, but even though you can see a difference in size, there is no difference in execution.
They're running a quarterback keeper right up the middle that time. And right at first down yardage stake, and they're going to stop the clock. Well, they don't stop the clock because it's a continuous clock. So getting up off the bottom of the pile is Groslin. And number 77, that's Mr. Holt.
Yeah, it's good to see our boys still playing hard well into the fourth quarter. Even though down big, they are still fighting with everything they have.
And the ball is right at the midfield, crooked line on the midfield. You notice that?
Yeah. Looked like the Chicago Bears field the other day. Not pretty.
Whoever drew the midfield stripe. The other lines look pretty straight, but that one in midfield has a little bend in it right there at the center of the field. They rush up to the line of scrimmage, turn and hand it off. Number 5 is still the quarterback, so Spexart, the younger Spexart, still the quarterback at the moment.
Good push up front.
There's 3 more running backs coming in. I think they're just running them in at different times.
Yep.
So second down and 5 for the Andale Indians. I'll call it 6. It's just a little more than 5. The ball's about a length of the football short of the 45-yard line in Viking territory.
And it certainly helps having that digital that you can check.
Yeah,
you don't have to watch actually look at the lines.
Wide receiver number 11 comes out on this side. That's Lane Ferry. Bucksarth under center goes a belly play right to the first man up the middle, but he's going to get wrapped up for no gain on the play. It's going to be third down. Well, they'll give him yardage up to the line of scrimmage, or the 45-yard line, so about a yard, half a yard. So it's going to be third down and 5.
Another good push there by number 70, Gus Griffith, also in that tackle. Number 73, Zeke Baker, a sophomore starter.
Yeah, he's done a good job. Baker boys are going to be a lot of playing time in the next several years.
Young, but a lot of potential and great talent right there.
Well, third down and 5 for Andale here. 6:37 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Andale leading by the score of 57-8. Come up to center, turn to reverse by Spexart, and that's on a pass. He's trying to get it downfield, ball underthrown, and Blanchett's going to intercept it. Blanchett with the interception about the 15-yard line. So Cade Blanchett comes away with the play. And Dale, intended receiver, mad that he couldn't get over there to catch it. That's Espinoza. But Blanchett, just taller at 6'4", made a super play.
Yep, Cade just did a great job staying with the nearest hip, and he was able to undercut that. He had plenty of time. Spexarth just kind of threw that ball up for grabs, and Cade was able to, he's kind of a taller player, so he's able to kind of come up for it and high point the ball. Make a great play.
But it is deep in Viking territory, so they get the ball this time on the 15-yard line. First and 10.
Carson's still a quarterback for the Vikings.
Got somebody doing at fullback, I believe. Is that Blanchett, Stanbaugh's younger brother? Here comes Autry trying to get to the right side. He gets a little bit of room, and then... No, it was Stanbaugh.
Stanbaugh's still in.
It was Tristan still in. I thought it was his younger brother.
At tight end, they do have number 42, Trevor Jones.
So pickup of about 4 on the play. It's going to be second down and 6 for the Vikings here in the 5:08 left to go in the fourth quarter. Again, trailing 57-0. Dower goes out wide to the far side. Flanker is Blanchett on the near side. I formation behind Carson Peel. Turns and hands it off to Stanbaugh. He's got a little running room this time, all the way across the 25, near first down yardage.
Kind of the first time Stanbaugh's being able to get past the line of scrimmage without having somebody right at his ankles.
And he gets the first down on the carry. So Stanbaugh with the first down carry. They keep running more and more guys in. Apologize for not getting all the...
Yeah, it's kind of tough to keep up, that's for sure.
Keep up with all their substitutions. We're trying to do our best to keep up with our Viking substitutions. House coming out near side. Jones, the tight end on the far side. Blanchett, the flanker on the far side. I formation behind Carson, dropping back to pass, rolling. He's under pressure. He's going to get hit just as he throws and overthrows his intended receiver, Cade Blanchett. It falls incomplete, second down and 10.
Number 6, Luke Kuhn, had a phenomenal release off the edge, and Carson Peel did not see him at all, and he was able to put a lick on him, but Carson kind of stood in there, make the throw. Unfortunately, he was over the head of Cade Blanchett.
So ball falls incomplete, second down and 10 now for the Vikings here. Late fourth quarter. House bringing in the play for the Vikings. Stanbaugh and Autry are the I formation behind. Carson Peel gets Jones to get on the other side of the lineup. Turns and hands it off to Stanbaugh again, blasting his way up near the 30-yard line. So he'll get about 4 on the carry. It'll be third down and 6.
Blocking downfield, number 70, Gus Griffith, doing a good job continuously blocking, not making just 1 but 2, especially downfield.
So third and 6 for the Vikings on this drive. started with the Cade Blanchett interception, so good to at least stop the Andale Indians on one of their drives.
Well, it's good to see us on offense as long as we can get it. It just doesn't feel like we've had the ball very much, and I know a ton of possessions actually kind of close.
Yeah, but they score quickly and big chunks of yardage where the Vikings have had too many 3-and-outs. Formation behind Carson, dropping back to pass under pressure, still rolling, going to get caught by House, and he's going to get a pickup of about 3 on the play. It's going to be 4th down and about 4.
Junior defensive back, number 21, Rylan White, did a great job of just staying composed right behind Braxton. Braxton had a great release off the line and another great completion from Peel to House. But, again, just even the backups for Andale are just sound, playing their 111 and just playing good football.
Looks like the Vikings are going to go for it here on 4th down. 2 minutes now left to go here in the 4th quarter. Wishbone formation behind Carson. Peel. Turn and hand it off to Blanchett, trying the right side. He's got 1st down yardage and more across the 40, 45, 50. Across midfield and down to the 45-yard line goes Cade Blanchett on the run. Good effort, good blocking by the Vikings to get one of the bigger plays for the Vikings tonight.
Well, absolutely, that play was kind of set up by that fake up the middle to Stambaugh and then open up a great hole by number 42, Trevor Jones, as well as number 70, Gus Griffith. Great job on the front line, just open up that gap, and Cade hit it hard and rumbled for a big play there.
1st down in Andale territory. Peel and Blanchett go wide to the far side. Carson dropping back, still looking down the field, going deep and overthrows the intended receiver Blanchett, who kind of got tangled up with the defenders of Andale back there in the back. And it falls incomplete, 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, it kind of seems like so far tonight, some of our what has been very efficient so far, our passing game has just not been in sync. And I don't know if it's just the...
Well, it's a pressure that's coming.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
They're so quick. Like we've said all along, they're not big, but they're quick and they're strong, and they fight through the Viking blockers, and then you can't hold, so we're not holding to get them in. We haven't had a holding penalty all night long. Andale's had 2 or 3 holding penalties, but the Vikings haven't had a holding penalty all night long. I formation behind Carson. Turns and hands it off to Stambaugh right up the middle. He's got some running room. He's across the 40 and down to the 35-yard line. Looks like 1st down carry for Tristan Stambaugh.
Number 21, Rylan White on the tackle. But another great gain by Tristan Stambaugh. He seems like he's kind of finally starting to get into a rhythm.
And that will be the final play of the game. Our score from Andale tonight. Andale 57, Smoky Valley 8. We'll be back to wrap this one up for you and talk to Coach Chris McClure after this timeout.
Coverage of Viking football continues next with the Viking Locker Room Show. On the way, we'll recap tonight's game and we'll hear the post-game thoughts of head coach Tim Lambert. The Smoky Valley Vikings play on Mix 96.7.
So what do you see in your future? Buying the perfect home with a big oak tree? Watching your child graduate from college? Or finding more time for hobbies during your retirement? Whatever your future holds, make sure you talk with the Farm Bureau Financial Services agent. Together, we'll create a plan that's right for you.
Call Farm Bureau agent Luke Bauer in McPherson at 620-241-0225.
It's your future. Let's protect it.
Hi, this is James with Idea Tech. We love bringing internet freedom to the residents and businesses of Central Kansas, including all the schools that we serve. Living rural shouldn't mean you have to live with less. At Idea Tech, our goal is to bring you a fast, secure network with unlimited data right to the neck of the prairie with the freedom to use it any way you need it. If you're not already a customer, go to ideatech.com and click on Check Availability or call 620-543-5000 to inquire about our services.
Erickson Custom Building has a great plan and a budget suited for your needs. Whether it's a new build, a remodel of a kitchen, interior, exterior, or an insurance restoration project, Erickson Custom Building provides quality craftsmanship and superior customer service. We stand behind our work and have lasting relationships with vendors, suppliers, and most importantly, with you, the customer. Erickson Custom Building, proud to support all high school activities. Call 620-585-2816 online or visit EricksonCustomBLDG.com.
Gabe here from Midway Motors. To thank our customers, we're offering a special 3.2% APR plus no payments through the rest of the year on all of our great selection of inventory. Our 3.2% and payment holiday is only available today and tomorrow. Midway Motors, for every mile of life.
Viking football on Mix 96.7.
And welcome back to Andale High School. Don Bings along with Jason Drouillard, now joined by Coach Chris McClure, as all the Andale Indians were everything they were billed to be. They were quick, they were fast, they were disciplined, and they put on a pretty good clinic in that first half.
Yeah, they have a bunch of kids. They commit to the weight room. They're quick, they're fast, they do what they're coached to do. We wish we could get our kids to do those same things. Although we're pretty good in the weight room, and we have some kids who play hard, but we have a lot of kids who want to do what they want to do instead of what they're coached to do.
Yeah, it shows how disciplined they are. I mean, they run to the line of scrimmage. They get set. They really
don't get set.
Well, they really. We were talking about that between a couple of plays. They get set. You really can't throw a flag on. There was a couple of plays where I know they didn't get set because the tight end was still putting his hand down to the line of scrimmage. But they're quick and they're aggressive, and you just can't take a minute off in the defensive set.
Yeah, that's we had some good plays early, especially on that first play. Cade made a nice play coming up and making the tackle, and then we made a good play on down 2, and then they were just better than us on down 3 and get the first down, and then they start to roll a little.
Yeah, they start to roll a little bit, no question about that. But the Vikings came out in the second half, played a little bit smarter. I know they've got some of their younger kids in there, but we got some points, and the fumble over there that Cade Blanchett was in the right place at the right time, picked it up and ran it all the way in for the score.
Yeah, it was good for our kids at least getting the end zone, and Cade really had a good night, all things considered.
Yeah, leading tackler tonight, Justin Sharp. Good to have him back on defense, playing strong, and Vikings just played a strong, long game.
Yeah, but there's a reason they've won 42 games in a row.
Yeah.
So we'll go back and get ready for Cheney and see how things go next Friday at home.
Yeah, next Friday at home against the Cheney. They're taking care of Pratt. We had one score was, I think, 21-0 early on that one, so we'll see how that one ends up. But, again, thanks for coming down and visiting with us, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, guys. Drive safe.
Coach McClure on the Vikings tonight, and they come up on the short end of a score, but Andale took that opening kickoff and took it 10 plays, 59 yards. It culminated in a Prother 13-yard pass on a fourth down from Spexart. They took an 8-0 lead after the point after was good, and the next Viking 3 and out, and they took it in a 7-play, 36-yard drive. Spexart took it in for the run. A point after kick was good, and it was 15-0. And another Viking 3 and out and 10-play, 65-yard drive culminated in a 5-yard presser run. Point after was no good, and it was 21-0. And then Carson Peel throwing his first interception of the year. That set up a short play, a 1 play, 20-yard run by Prosser. Prosser did the point after also, and it was 29-0. And then they scored their last time before halftime on a 5-yard Spexart run, a 4-play, 80-yard drive. They tried to get another score before the end of the halftime, but the Vikings kept them out of the end zone. It was 39-0 at halftime. And then the Vikings got the ball. We got a chair falling down behind us here in the press box. Their first scoring drive of the second half was a punt return. The Vikings had a 3 and out and punted, and Eck took it in from 42 yards out. Then they got the ball back again after a 8-play, 56-yard drive. That drive culminated in a 3-yard Meyer run. It was 49-0 after a conversion kick was good. And then Spexart, the younger Spexart, took it in from the 5-yard out for a score to get it to 57-0. And then the Vikings on a stand-ball run, he fumbled the ball and then picked up by Blanchett, and he took it in. He gets credit for a 78-yard run. The Peel 2-point conversion was good. It was 57-8, and that's all she wrote. You got some stats for us, Jason.
Yeah, absolutely, yep. We'll start off with Carson Peel. He only had 1 of 11 completed out of passing 3 yards, and also 2 interceptions. Kind of struggled with that. But again, we kind of talked about the rhythm was off, a lot of pressure, and Andale did a great job of just sticking with the receivers. Cade did lead the way for the Vikings on the ground. 7 attempts, 112 yards with a 16 average, and that did come on that big run. That kind of what helped pave the way for him with that touchdown. Autry was 6 attempts, 24 yards. Stambaugh, tough night for him. Never really seemed to get that middle open for him. 7 attempts, 20 yards. And then Carson, 4 attempts, 7 yards. And then Braxton did have our lone reception for 3 yards. Defensively, Austin Sharp seemed to be all over the place. 11 tackles, 6 of those being solo. Nolan Dower got in there for 7.5, and then Carson Peel with his first start defensively, 6 tackles, and he had a fine night there. Cade Blanchett with 4 tackles, but also managed to get the interception on the night for the Vikings. For the Indians, leading the way passing, Spexarth was pretty good. I mean, 6 of 9, 115 yards for a touchdown. Played pretty sound football. It was kind of flawless there. There are a host of ball carriers for the Indians.
Yeah, obviously.
They had 9 different guys carry the ball with some very good averages, but leading the way was Prosser, 12 attempts, 82 yards, and 2 TDs. Number 10, Jonah Meyer, 6 attempts, 58 yards for a TD. And then also a guy that we called out a lot, number 42, Cody Parthamer, 6 attempts, 46 yards. 2 other guys with touchdowns for the Indians. Number 5, Paxton Spexarth, the younger brother of Wyatt Spexarth, both quarterbacks. Paxton had 3 attempts, 12 yards, and a touchdown, while Wyatt also did some work on the ground. Right up the middle is where he did a lot of his work. 5 attempts, 11 yards for 2 TDs. Tegan Worth had a reception for 39 yards. That's number 24, Kelby Eck, who made plays all over the field. 3 receptions for 37 yards. And then leading the way defensively, they didn't have many tackles, but at the end of the day, they really didn't need to. They weren't on the field that much. Landon Harp, number 28, had 3 tackles. Number 24, Kelby Eck with 3 tackles. And then Tegan Orth with 2 tackles, but he also had an interception for the Indians. And then also Owen Eck with another pick for the Indians. So tough night for the Vikings, but it's kind of a chance for us to kind of reflect, see what we need to work on, and then go into next week with an opportunity to get a good win.
Yeah, no question about that. Our player of the game tonight, People's Bank and Trust, tonight's player of the game, sponsored by People's Bank and Trust. Safe, sound, and reliable banking that puts you first. Put their experience to work for you and your family. Relationship banking from People's Bank and Trust. Obviously, the highlight of the night, Cade Blanchett on that pickup of a fumble return for a touchdown. No question about it, he is our player of the game.
Oh, it was a heads-up play. Not only the fumble, but he had the interception, and he kind of seemed to be the only one that caught some momentum going offensively. He found some running lanes, and when there wasn't something, he kind of made a little bit of something out of nothing. So he did a fine ball game all the way around.
This scoreboard update brought to you by McPherson Dental Care, your friendly hometown dentist, online at McPhersonDentalCare.com, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch. Heston 42, Trinity 33, so they're trying to come out. That's a late third quarter score.
I had one on Cheney.
Yeah, I was wondering if you know about that one.
Yeah, Cheney.
Mays all over Salina South 57-6. Ellsworth 28, Hillsboro nothing. That's kind of a surprise. That's a final score already.
And then we've got Cheney 36, Pratt 13, 9:09 in the fourth, excuse me.
Got some other scores. I'm trying to get some others. I think that's all we're going to have for tonight. Now, Mays South 31, Newton 7, a late third quarter score. Well, the Vikings fall tonight to the Andale Indians by the score of 57-8. Any final thoughts on the game tonight?
No, it's definitely a tough team. We knew what they were, and there was no doubt they have a very special culture here of football, that culture for football that just does not fail them, and they as exactly what Coach McClure said. They know what they're coached to do, and they do it, and they get it done, and man, does it look good.
Yeah, and it shows what they do when you come into the weight room and you're disciplined and you follow the instructions to the T of what your coach tells you to do. You can certainly make a good game out of that. Well, congratulations to the Andale Indians. Again, 57-8 is our final score. And that'll wrap it up here for us from Andale. For Dalton Estep doing stats, for Jason Juilliard, this is Don Binkson wishing everybody a very pleasant good night. We'll talk to you next week at home against the Cheney Cardinals, right? Yep, Cheney Cardinals next Friday at home. Take care, everyone. Good night.
More of the Viking Locker Room Show is next. Stay tuned.